Plenty of beer selections if he's a beer guy, if he's a whiskey guy, if he's a tequila guy, if you want to get him a spirit that maybe he doesn't know about. We've experienced many of those on the show. You can listen to any Friday over the past months, and you can find an awesome, delicious spirit available at Keg and Bottle. So get to one of the 10 locations today for Father's Day. Because you are going to find a gift. You're going to walk in there without an idea, maybe. You're going to walk out there with a gift. It makes it easy for you. And then you can call your siblings and say, hey, listen, we're splitting this bottle.
Well,
okay.
That's a good call.
We're going to get you $10 off a bottle.
Oh, there you go.
TBD or to be told
TBD?
about? Yeah, that to be
To
determined.
be determined?
We'll let you know what it is a little later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Frey Ranch is going to come in.
That's the one.
And they are an awesome.
Done.
Way to build the suspense, Richie.
Checked off the box.
They are an awesome whiskey distillery out in Nevada. They've actually come through the studio before, but we've only partook in a portion of the things that they have for us. And well, I shouldn't say for us, for everybody. They have tons of different types of whiskeys that we're going to taste through. That's going to be a lot of fun. Also, we have a competition we'll be talking about in just a little bit here that will be decided today on the show. They had this awesome farm to glass whiskey competition. Frey Ranch did. And so we're going to have the Whiskey Nomad. You know her from Instagram and from TikTok. She's got a huge following. She's going to come in studio. She's going to be the judge of this competition. Great. And she's going to announce the winner.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's a big day.
Yeah, it is a very big day. Also, it was a big day yesterday.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, it was a big day.
That doesn't even. Okay. So we went to, there's a new steakhouse in San Diego. We went to the Remy yesterday. And if you haven't checked out our Twitter at Big Rich TD Fletch or our Instagram, TikTok at the same name, we posted a video of some of the things that we tasted our way through over there. I mean, to say that this restaurant is a can't miss place is understating it. It's absolutely gorgeous. When you drive out there, so the old Hunter Steakhouse closed down about a year ago. Frank, the owner of the Remy, bought the place, completely knocked it out, like just tore it to the studs and has completely refurbished it, changed everything over. And the Remy is, I mean, it is a hidden gem in San Diego.
Not for long.
Jeez.
No, it'll be found. There will be a beaten path to that door, the way they serve food. That was amazing.
You're going to have to get to the RemySD.com and get some resis because that place is going to start filling up. Like, stuff like that doesn't really stay hidden. In fact, after we posted that video, I'm sure there were some other foodies around San Diego who are like, oh, we're going to have to go review that place ASAP.
Yeah.
And it's just going to start dragging traffic. So get over to the RemySD.com. Great place to take your dad for Father's Day. Great place to take your partner for a date night. I can't wait to take Kendall there. That tuna tostada that they served us.
How did you say it?
Tuna tostada.
Wow.
Oh, listen to this.
Tostada.
He's really, yeah.
I can't even make that noise.
That will be Kendall's favorite food, maybe ever.
Did you bring that home?
And she loved it.
She did, yeah.
Yeah.
How could you not? Golly.
That thing was awesome. We tasted everything. We had the ceviche, we had the tuna tostada, we had the cowboy bone-in ribeye made by the chefs over there at the Remy. That was absolutely delectable. They served that with a side of mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese. We had the chopped Caesar salad. We drank about every drink on the menu. I mean,
surf and turf tacos.
Yeah, surf and
the
turf
steak
tacos.
sandwich, which was unreal. And their French fries, which we learned there was a lot of deliberation about.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I mean, this is no joke. I mean, it was the sampling platter, except they didn't take anything off. I mean, it wasn't like a smaller plate. No. Just sample the whole thing. We were there for over 4 hours.
That's correct.
And I thought we could probably spend a couple more.
We almost did. Yeah. but by the end of the day, Frank was like, hey, so can I get you guys another drink? And we're just like, if we have one more thing to eat or drink, we are going to explode. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to have cleanup, and then you're going to have to shut down the restaurant for the night. It was amazing. That place is amazing. So again, go to the RemySD.com, book your reservation for Father's Day. ASAP. You need to. It's an awesome hang. All right. So the Padres. Oh boy, the Padres. This team will infuriate you. So yesterday could have been so much fun because it was a really cool moment for Manny Machado. We'll get to that in a moment. But before we get to Manny Machado, we have to talk about what went wrong. So we've been talking about the starting pitching starting to feel really consistent. And Gary Sanchez catching great games for all of these pitchers, and everybody's getting really comfortable with the idea that he's great behind the plate and these pitchers are doing their thing. And then Ryan Weathers gets out there for the final game against the Guardians. And unfortunately, because he's a young pitcher and he, potentially has a bright future ahead of him, he was an absolute gas can yesterday.
First 3 batters, 3 hits.
Yeah, he gives up 3 hits. He gives up 5 runs in the first. He only goes an inning and 2/3. I mean, it just sets you up to go digging into your bullpen and having a hard time.
Multiple bullpen pitchers throwing multiple innings, which is gas in the bullpen. Like, you're going to need Darvish to probably go 6 or 7 today to make up for what happened last night.
Yeah, it was rough.
I don't know how much longer Ryan Weathers is going to be with the big league team. Do you remember last time he got sent down? He was actually pitching really well to start the season. And then the Padres moved him down to try to curb some of these innings that he's been throwing. And his parents put out those tweets. You remember that?
Yeah.
Cringy, really uncomfortable.
It was his mom.
His dad did too.
Oh, I didn't see the dad.
Yeah. It was pretty cringe is the best way to put it. Since he's been back with the team, he just hasn't been productive. So I don't imagine he's going to be with the team that much longer because you can't afford to have any 1 2/3 inning starts.
He's only had 1 win in all of his starts. I mean, that's not a great track record.
Yeah, his ERA is keeping up north of 6. And we're up against the trade deadline, and that's good news and bad news. So the good news is if the Padres keep winning, and it really is one of those seasons where you want to add at the deadline and you want to bolster your pitching depth, which it felt like at the start of the season, the Padres pitching depth was there, and now that's dwindled some. You may want to add, and that'll help supplant some of what we've seen from Weathers and some of these poor performances out of the bullpen. Like you want to make sure that you have enough arms to make it the rest of the way. The playoffs, when the playoffs arrive, you get creative anyways, but we saw the Padres had to get extra creative at times to last just as long as they did to the NLCS. This season, again, if they pull it together, the expectation is to win championships.
Correct.
And so you're not just satisfied getting there. What do we have to do to win in the postseason? What do we have to do to win a World Series? What do we have to do so that the city of San Diego looks like the city of Denver this week, celebrating the Nuggets championship? We want that here. How do we get there? Well, A, it's not going to be with performances like that from our buddy Ryan Weathers on the mound. And B, you probably will have to collect some arms at the trade deadline in order to get better for the stretch run.
Yeah, and especially when your offense struggles to put up a lot of runs, even though last night 6 runs is decent. You shouldn't give up 8. 7 games, which would actually be the last 4 games for Ryan Weathers. His ERA, 8.61.
Yeah.
I mean, pushing 9.
Yeah.
That's rough, but it's just hard to take when you felt like maybe the Padres are going to do it now. Maybe this is the streak.
They're just allergic to sweeps.
I was talking about his career ERA.
Oh, his career ERA. Yeah, nearly 6. Yeah. 5.8, 6. And that's, for this season, 6.06.
That's a large sample size. Yeah. Now. That's a large sample. We're talking about 42 appearances.
Now, it doesn't mean that he's not going to be a productive pitcher for the Padres. You got to remember, he's still young.
Yeah.
Very young. Young enough to where it wouldn't be totally unreal to see him still in the minors, never having popped into the majors yet. But out of necessity, the Padres had to bring him up during that postseason run a couple years ago. His first start ever was in a postseason game, which was absurd. And then last year, he was a part of the team a little bit with injuries, other stuff. He got sent down. This year was supposed to be the first year that we would actually see a consistent Ryan Weathers. And it just hasn't been there after a hot start because he was pretty good for the first few games he got out there. And then he got sent down and then brought back up. And that's a tough place to be in as a young man. And so I just don't know if this is actually going to be the year for Ryan Weathers. And nor should it be. They have plenty of pitchers. You might need to add an arm at the trade deadline, but that was always going to be the plan anyways.
But this is well, I mean, you don't want to necessarily rely on him, but like this is a great opportunity. Like this is the time in a pitcher's young career where the rubber has to kind of meet the road a little bit. Now, you can hold on to him. He has the makeup with his dad, obviously being a former pro, where
He's 23, man.
the hope is that he's going to develop into something special. And just because you had a rough start to your career doesn't mean that you can't fix it. You can't become something. I mean, Kobe Bryant was awful his first year. Peyton Manning was awful his first year. I mean, there's been plenty of Major League Baseball players who for years toiled in the minors before making it big in the bigs, or during their first major league appearances, they struggled. Look, again, he's appeared in 42 games as a professional baseball player at this level. It's not looking great. Or I should say this, it's looking inconsistent at best. There are times where he dazzles you, and there's times where he really struggles. Yesterday, obviously, was a time he struggled. The Padres had their chances, though. They made up a lot with that Manny Machado home run. We're going to play that for you in a second here. And they had the safety squeeze in the fifth. They were asking a lot of Cruz to try to get home. You know, he's 40 years. What is he? 42.
Well, he should have scored on the play before that. Like Grisham bangs a double off the wall, and Nelson Cruz was at first. That ball literally went like 70 feet away from the
again.
right.
He's
also
42 years old,
dude. That ball went like there was a number on it, over 60 feet away from the outfielder.
But did you notice when Grisham hit that ball, everybody was just kind of trotting. I mean, like,
how does Cruz not score on that?
Yeah, I mean, everybody thought that was going out, especially Grisham, who was almost doing the
staring it down.
Yeah.
I
knew it was. Oh, it hit the wall.
I get what you're saying, but still,
that ball went so far away from the outfielder. I think I could have scored. And I'm not a fast person.
Here we go.
Honestly, I think Travis could have scored. And we've seen Travis run a little bit.
I mean, I'll tell you what. I think Travis might be faster. I saw him chasing some basketballs. Benny, you were moving in slow motion on that basketball court. Oh my God!
Whoa, hang on.
Another challenge.
Hold on. If you give me like 3 weeks, and I will beat you.
Oh my God! I love this so much.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this.
But no matter what, Nelson Cruz could not score on that ball.
Hang on a second. So we're okay. Hang on a second. What just happened here?
I don't know. I don't like it though.
Wait. So no.
You remember like my first day when Ben was like, "We should arm wrestle."
Dude, yeah. I mean,
he kicked my ass.
Ben, all you've done is challenge people and get your teeth knocked in.
I just have a lot of confidence.
Well, hang on a second.
It's not a bad thing.
No, it isn't. It isn't. It's stunning. So just now, you're like, I think I could have scored on that double.
No, that was not. It's me saying I'm fast. That's me acknowledging I'm slow, I still think I could have scored.
No, I know, but Nelson Cruz is a professional baseball player. Even at 42 years old, he's a professional baseball player. This is all he does every day, all day, and you're like, I could do it. This
isn't even necessarily me calling him like I know Nelson Cruz could beat me in a race. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it was either a terrible read. He thought it was out.
So then we go, Ben, we know you're slow because we just watched you play J-Riff in basketball. And then I said, I think Travis might be able to beat you around the bases. I was watching him chasing basketball. You're like, well, I'll beat Travis in a race. It's like you.
Did I say I think I could beat him, or did I say we should?
Yeah, we should race. You said I'll win. Why would you challenge him unless you think you could win? Now we need to do this. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. How does this keep happening?
I feel like I'm misunderstood.
I feel like you need to win one of these.
I mean, a race against me, you should win without a doubt.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
You should.
So
if you lose,
I mean,
I don't know.
Let's do it a month from today. Let's do this in mid-July.
Why are we doing this again?
We don't have to pick a date yet.
How far are we racing?
It's just like a 40-yard dash.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like a 40-yard dash. Because I mean, we're talking about a sprint. I mean, I don't think we need to do it around the bases necessarily, but a straight line so nobody gets injured. Like if you can't run straight without hurting yourself,
I'll probably do that. I mean, that's fine.
But this is easy. All we got to find is a track or a field somewhere, and
or a parking lot,
or shoot a parking lot. Yeah, we could do it on the concrete out there, and you guys just put on your rubber-soled shoes and give her hell.
Yeah, I'll wear Vans.
Okay. Yeah. All right. We'll do it in a month's time.
This is unnecessary.
This is so necessary because you won't learn your lesson. And actually, this may unfortunately empower him if he does beat you. So I need you in training, Travis. Do you want me to coach you? It has not gone well so
There's
far.
a lot of 7-Eleven pizza involved and a lot of beer.
Yeah, sorry about that again.
Is there
By
a
the way,
Randy's
Ben,
nearby?
there
Is a Randy's next door.
donuts down there. We're also getting Jack in the Box on Tuesday next week.
Listen, the difference here is when I train with Randy's, when it comes to race time, you can just put one at yard 41.
It's literally like Homer on the treadmill, just chasing the donut forever. So Manny Machado made history yesterday. And you needed him too after Ryan Weathers went on the mound and gave up 5 runs immediately. You were just like, okay, Padres bats, we obviously need you now more than ever. So Machado comes to the plate and he does this. Oh, wait, hang on. We don't have it ready just yet. We had these ideations of races in the parking lot.
It threw us all off.
And we were excited. All right, here's Manny Machado. Yeah, so Manny Machado has 65 homers at Petco Park. Makes him the leader in home runs hit at Petco Park as a Padre. Now, he's tied with Adrian Gonzalez with 65 homers at Petco Park, regardless of what team you play for. But 65 is the most that anybody's hit wearing a San Diego uniform at Petco Park. Yeah. So history made there.
2.
Will Eric Hosmer be an all-star this season?
The reason I play is because I think everyone thought Hosmer was going to get that record when he got signed here, because it's not unachievable. Like 65 isn't the craziest number in the world. In fact, that's a little bit of an indictment on the rest of the people who were Padres for a long, long time.
Well, Petco Park has only been open
Park's
since 2006, so you got to factor that
65 is not a crazy number.
It's not crazy, but I'm making excuses here.
On the countdown there, can you play that number 2 again?
Number 2.
Where did we get this? Like the porn voiceover?
Yeah. And Ben just shook his head and was like, "Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did. We did that.
We went to.
We've had them forever. Number 5 is really sexy.
Number 5.
Oh wow!
Jesus.
What?
That is. I mean, it
Oh,
feels
it's going
not
on.
safe
And
for
then
work.
for whatever reason, number 1 is.
Will Eric Hosmer be an all-star this season?
Is that Malcolm Riker? Is that our buddy Malcolm from down the hall?
I'm pretty sure that's Cutler.
Oh, it is. Because Malcolm talks like this, man. Skit scat skadooba doo. And then when he does his voiceover work, he goes, "It's gonna be raining in El Centro."
Always an explosion.
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah. Unfortunately, look, it was a Padres loss. Could have been a sweep of the Guardians.
And why is Austin Nola bunting?
I don't know. Well,
yeah.
I mean, Bomel took the blame for that in post, but why is I don't get it.
I don't really. Well, let's put it.
He's hitting 140 on the year. Like, what are you expecting otherwise? But he's bunting with Nelson Cruz at third. Like, I would understand if maybe it was Fernando Tatis Jr. at third.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a forced run, right? No,
it was a safety squeeze,
right? But that was a little odd.
How about Tatis and Wright? I mean, he is making some plays.
He's magnificent, man.
Oh man,
I actually saw someone put out a video yesterday that was like drafting the All-Star California team. Yeah. So the A's, the Padres, the Dodgers, the Angels, the Giants. They had Tatis in there as a shortstop.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Yeah.
So I don't know if they just haven't been watching or if they're trying to, because there's other, like Mookie Betts would play right field, Mike Trout would be out there, Juan Soto would be out there. So I don't know if that was the case, but
what outlet put this out?
It was just some dude on TikTok, but it had like 600,000 likes, a bunch of, and so it was up there, and I just had Tatis at short, Manny at third, and I was like, oh, you just really wanted his bat in the lineup.
Yeah, basically, wherever you can get him in to fit him in. I mean, then again, you think about last year, Juan Soto won a Golden Glove. So
no, he was nominated. I don't think he ended up winning it.
Oh, I thought he won it. Look that up.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure he won it.
I think he was a finalist.
I hope you're right. Well, even that is an indictment. Like, how could he have even been in the conversation? He was one of the worst clubs.
Finalist.
Okay. That was outrageous. Like,
Yeah.
you remember when the
'cause
list
he's
came
a
out?
terrible outfielder.
You're just like, Juan Soto. It's just people are like, well, and because we only know one more outfielder, we're right down
Exactly
Soto.
right. Exactly right.
Like, good Lord. Okay. Oh, we got a break, don't we? What are you pointing at? What are you pointing? Oh my gosh. How could I forget? How could I forget about my friends over at the Catamaran Resort and Spa? Thank you, Ben. The Catamaran is putting on their Sunset Luau's. The Catamaran Hotel Resort and Spa, by the way, it is the original Polynesian-inspired family staycation destination on Mission Bay. They have this Bayside Luau. I just went on Tuesday, took the kids, took the whole family, and it was amazing. The night starts off with a flower lei and a Mai Tai handed you in a signature glass that you get to take home. The boys got lemonades and little pineapple mugs. It was really fun. Mouthwatering, all-you-can-eat Hawaiian buffet, authentic island music, hula dancing. You had the fiery torch performers. I have this all up on my Instagram at Rich Hornberger. If you want to check it out, you can see a lot of the things that I posted there. But you got to go to catamaranluau.com to book today. They have the upgrade to the Kahuna VIP experience. That's worth your while. Trust me. You'll have stage side seats. You may even get volunteered to come up on stage if you'd like to dance with some of the hula dancers. A lot of fun there. Okay. Major League Baseball has a huge problem, and his name is Rob Manfred. We'll explain why coming up next. Rob Manfred is an evildoer helping out evildoers. We'll explain next.
This update's presented by Staple or Macy's Backstage. Padres continue to struggle to get the sweep. They lose to the Guardians yesterday, 8-6 at Petco Park. Next up, it's the Rays. They're in town for 3 games starting today. If you're looking for a spot to watch the game, nowhere better than the Blind Burrow in downtown in the Gas Lamp. D. Smith and John and Jim will be there from noon to 6. Elsewhere in the NL West, D-backs lose again to the Phillies 5-4. Rockies lose to the Braves 8-3. And the Dodgers take down the White Sox 5-4. U.S. Open, this championship update brought to you by the Golf Mart, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop now at worldwidegolfshops.com. Ricky Fowler, San Diego State alum, Xander Schauffele, they are in the lead, 8 under par on a historic pace for a U.S. Open score. The previous low score for total, all 4 rounds, 16 under over the last 20 years. These guys on pace for a lot more than that. And over in Omaha, the College World Series gets underway today. Game 1 going to be Oral Roberts and TCU at 11 a.m. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? Here's a hint. Great Father's Day gifts for $20 and under, like classic polos, grill accessories, grooming sets, and more. Perfect for every dad. Find the latest trends and new arrivals at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
Was he being in?
There he goes.
We knew it was coming.
Atta baby D. Smith.
Nice.
Sneak it in there. Pops actually shot a 69 yesterday.
How
for him.
about that?
Also nice.
Yeah, real nice, real nice. Also 69.
How did he do on the course, though?
Yeah.
That's what he shot on the course.
Also 69, too young for Ben Fletcher.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to check out grannyzone.com.
yeah,
as a matter
but
of fact.
Darren's right, dude. The scores are too low at the U.S. Open.
Why did you trying to ignore that?
So LA Country Club, get
Hang
your
on,
stuff
you got
together.
you got a lot of messages, I'm sure, to catch up on.
You need a car, and
Yeah.
grannyzone.com is probably our fastest way to get you in wheels.
Okay.
And you
Okay.
got a new message from Charlotte. Hang on.
Okay.
Hi,
hey.
Charlotte. How
Wow.
are you?
Charlotte,
So again,
The name's
Charlotte
Fletch.
with a photo, a very
that's tasteful.
Yeah.
I'm
Don't
gonna
show the
try to-
camera.
yeah.
Don't show the camera. Don't show the camera.
Okay,
Don't
here
show
we
the camera.
go. There it is.
Yeah, you show the
Charlotte.
camera.
She's got
It turns out YouTube doesn't allow that.
okay. No, we're gonna get
Wait.
banned for this one. She just wants to know where you're from. I'm just gonna write back simply, do you have a car? have a car? Question mark. Enter and sent. Okay. So we're working hard at grannyzone.com where Ben Fletcher's where his handle is Ben loves 69-year-olds. So you are cleaning up. Wow, Dorothy wrote you.
Well, I forgot that was his handle, so I guess he does love 69.
Okay, so check this out from Pipper, who's 66.
Pipper is chipper.
Pipper is chipper.
Yeah.
Do you want to see Pipper?
Oh, good. You unlocked or you unhooked your camera. That's good.
Son of a bee sting.
okay.
Hang on.
That works out
That's
well.
good. Pipper's not ready for the big screen.
Let me get
Pipper.
myself back started here.
Pipper is ready. We do have a little tailgate trivia coming up on the show today as well. So we do have giveaways. Bare Naked Lady tickets. We got a pair of those. They're going to be at Cal Coast Credit Union Amphitheater, Cal Coast Credit Union Open Air Amphitheater, June 22nd. Tickets and info at Ticketmaster.com. We also have fair tickets, a 4-pack of tickets to the SD County Fair. Which ones are we giving away at tailgate trivia? We did not discuss.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. But Pipper says you keep yourself hidden. So that's really hard for me to judge you.
Ooh.
I'm so glad there's not a picture
Let's
of me
get
on
a
this
picture.
website.
Let's get a picture.
No,
of
let's
this.
not.
We should
From
get
the
a
hardwood
picture.
and ball
No,
class.
because okay, I
Put the
don't think
video
that my
up.
life is on trajectory for mayor or anything like that.
Yeah.
But if it is, at one point, like someone's gonna come out and say, "Do you know you have a grannyzone.com subscription?"
Wait, so it's you, but it's we've traced the account. It was made by a former NFL football player. What the hell is going on, Ben? Well,
This is
I need
why
a car.
politicians get in trouble. It's because they're idiot friends.
All right.
I don't think that's why. I don't
She
think it
says-
has anything to do with that.
Hey, Fletch loves 69-year-olds. You never answer my messages, but I'm giving you one last chance.
Oh.
If you don't reply now, I'll find another man. All right.
Well, uh-oh.
And I will simply reply, do you have a car? Question mark and enter.
Perfect.
All right. Well, look,
Oh.
we have a couple of messages out.
You got some hooks in the water.
I'll tell you right now, that's why fishing is fun, because you never know what you're going to pull back to shore.
Yeah.
And Darren's right though. There were way too many low scores at the U.S. Open yesterday.
They really were. They
Mm.
really were. And
Mm,
we'll
mm,
get to
mm,
that in a
mm,
second.
mm.
But I wanted to talk to you guys about Major
Your
League
feet.
Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred.
Ugh.
This guy. Okay, so look, we all know why commissioner is hired. In any league, it's to take all the slings and arrows so the owners don't have to. It's basically hiring somebody like Evil, who when he walks through the door, they're playing the Dracula music like da-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na, dun, 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 dun. It's like
100%.
you know the bad guy just entered the room.
Now, some do it better than others.
Sure.
I think Roger Goodell's actually very good at playing that role because he kind of just doesn't acknowledge that people are actually mad at him. He sort of just laughs along with it like it's one big joke. Rob Manfred just doesn't acknowledge feelings.
No. Well, and here's the thing. He's humorless. People who know him personally say he's a great guy. He's a wonderful person to negotiate with, actually. Oddly, like really, well, not oddly, he's really intelligent. And he understands people.
You don't get to this position without being the best of the best.
And
you really don't.
He's one of the best doing it, and he has been for a long time because, by the way, while baseball, you hear all the news like, oh, baseball's a dying sport and baseball ratings are going down the drains. Baseball owners are still making billions and billions of dollars every single year. These television network contracts keep skyrocketing. It is hard not to make a fortune if you're owning a Major League Baseball team. So the Oakland A's fans, they scheduled June 13th to be the day that they go out and they do the reverse boycott against the Tampa Bay Rays.
Mm-hmm.
They fill up Oakland Coliseum as much as they possibly can with as many people attending the game as they can. And they were chanting against John Fisher, the owner of the A's, who actively is trying to relocate the A's franchise to Las Vegas. Well, what ends up happening is this made news. You know, we talked about it here. A lot of outlets picked it up. A lot of articles were written about it. Bobby Manfred, commissioner of Major League Baseball, found a microphone, and finally somebody asked him what he thought of the whole thing. Here's what he said. Yeah.
Lord. Wow.
So
Uh,
you're taking two shots at the A's fans. The attendance was less than what he describes as a normal attendance at a baseball game across Major League Baseball, which is not true because the actual fans that are in seats is something far less than what the posted attendance is at all
Mhm.
these ballparks because obviously we know that franchises, this happens all across sports, artificially inflate because it's not how many, in my opinion, how many seats are purchased. It's how many people actually show up. How many people actually take time out of their day and their lives to go to your ballpark. Well, a lot of people showed up for the A's game. That was one of the most filled games we've seen in baseball. If we go across the entire season in any ballpark, it was outstanding. But he's humorless. Like I said, he describes it as something less than average attendance, and then he goes, for one day.
that was a
That's the point.
Yeah. Well, that was a shot at how crappy the fans are up in Oakland. I mean, that was it.
Which is so out of touch from what's actually going on.
Oh, it's disgusting. That is disgusting. And you are man, oh man, you are turning people away from the sport.
The fans haven't been showing up for a reason, and that's because John Fisher's been dangling leaving for like 5 years now, more than that, like decades now, where he hasn't put any money back into the Coliseum, which at one point was a historic, awesome ballpark that everybody loved. And I grew up around a lot of A's fans. It is a great fan base for that team when there's anything coming back from the front office to the team. And there just hasn't been over the last decade and a half. And even still, they've put winners on the field. And when they put winners on the field, people show up. But this past year, it's been a very conscious effort from the fans not to go to this place because they don't want to put $1 more into John Fisher's pocket.
Look, it's a tough thing. It's a tough pill to swallow for Oakland fans. Here's what I would suggest to A's fans. And this is anybody who roots for the A's and frankly, anybody who roots for baseball. Right? If you are a fan of this sport, don't support the A's when they go to Vegas.
Yep, exactly.
Don't buy a single ticket.
Yep.
Never show up to a game. If somebody says, hey, while we're in Vegas, you want to catch an A's game during that bachelor party? Say no. Like if you want to show John, because again, getting mad at Bob Manfred, you're not doing anything because this is what he's paid for. He's paid for us to hate him. He's shielding John Fisher from everybody hating him because he's actually the responsible party here.
Right.
Manfred's a puppet. He's just doing what John Fisher's asking him to do. And the rest of these other 30 baseball owners, who not all of them are completely evil, greedy bastards, but John Fisher is, who wants to tear this team from the fabric of its community for monetary gain and just dump it off in Vegas and be like, we did it. Well, no, you completely destroyed a community and you did it so that your pockets get fatter. It's brutal.
So if I was the city of Oakland, if I was the mayor, if I was in any position of power, I'd be kicking the A's out now.
And if I was the city of Vegas, I'd say, no, thank you. We're going to go ahead and pull that contract because we don't want that here.
Well,
we don't want that level of, I don't know. It's just disgusting.
They're going
here.
to Vegas, and unfortunately, it's going to work in Vegas.
I know.
That people will be going to A's games for their bachelor parties.
But that's my point. That's my point. If you're a baseball fan and you don't want this to happen to your city, because trust me, this is the Buffalo. The Bills just did this to their city. Do you want to know the reason why they're building a brand new stadium next to the one they have?
Because they got a boatload of public money.
No, yeah, because they held their fan base hostage. It's because they literally were talking about this. Came out in the news. I mean, look it up. 8 months ago, the Pagulas. I mean, again, it's the same playbook. Doesn't matter what the sport in the NFL and Major League Baseball and the NHL. It's happening right now in Phoenix, in Glendale with the Coyotes. It happens in every of the NBA. They start threatening their fan base. Like, guess what? We need more money. So you know what we need from you is we need you to feel like we will walk out on you unless you give us money. And guess what? If you don't, we might. And guess what? If you don't, and we talk to the other owners and they think we should do it sooner and better, even better. We'll get out of here. We'll find a new place to be.
Yeah, but they don't have any other leverage than that. I mean, that's it. So they create the fan base. The fans love their team, and they have nothing else if they're trying to drum up support, as I do air quotes, support for a new stadium. That's what they have.
Yeah.
How great would
yeah.
that be if Oakland kicked them out early? So you're not playing another game here.
It would be
It
amazing.
would be fantastic.
I don't know if they
Yeah.
can. And also, frankly, I mean, I have no idea what kind of economic driver baseball still is for that city.
Can't be much. There's like 3,300 people going to those games.
Yeah, but things get ugly. I mean, you could tie up a city in litigation. Again, these owners have deep pockets and you can hurt yourself. It's like cutting off your nose to spite your face. Like, so there's already going to be economic damage with them leaving. How much more damage do you want to inflict on your city on their way out the door? This is the worst case scenario, and it happens to every city eventually. Eventually, a team and its owner gets greedy enough to say, these fans suck, we suck, and guess what? We're going to punish you for it. If you want us to stick around and us continue sucking here, we're going to make you pay dearly out of your tax dollars. And if you don't like it, screw you. We'll find a place that wants us.
Yeah.
It's just, it's the, again, just happened to Buffalo. It's happening in Arizona to Coyotes fans in the NHL. It's happened to us here in San Diego.
Yeah.
It happened to Baltimore with the Colts. It happened to Cleveland with the Browns before they lost their team and then got a new one in expansion.
Happened to LA with the Rams and then St. Louis with the Rams.
Happened to the LA with the Raiders. Happened to Oakland with the Raiders. I mean,
Yeah,
it
right.
is just torn out of the playbook.
Yeah.
So just another one bites the dust, unfortunately.
913 wants to know if Sarah's coming in.
She is not.
Aw.
At least I don't think so. I did throw it out there and she was like, for what? I'm like, Parkour Friday. And she's like,
Did you explain that it's
yeah, but
women
I
and
mean,
whiskey?
Like,
It's-
what? Why? I'm like, it's Bar Card Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also
I don't think so.
you had another
Oh
pet
God,
in a pet hospital.
I do.
No
yeah.
way.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Right after we left the Remy, I get the phone call of your puppy dog is sick.
Yeah.
And so I took him down to, well, first I called the vet, took him to the vet, and they were like, we're full. And so I took him to a different vet, and they said, we're full. And I took him to the same emergency hospital that I had Finley at for 2 weeks, and they said, we're full.
Finley the cat, who's home now, thank God.
Yeah.
Dude, what's
so
going
I don't-
on with pets?
Dude, I don't know. Maybe it's the owner's fault. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to financially recover from this.
This is absurd. Yeah.
Oh, my
Pretty
God.
soon here, the ASPCA is going to come to the Dale household and be like, look, we just need to do a quick inspection. We don't know what's happening over
Oh.
here.
My
But-
goodness.
Cats are getting kidney stones.
Yeah.
Dogs are pooping all the time.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Exactly. So he went to the emergency hospital out in Poway. They said, hey, you know what? He's okay to take him to the vet tomorrow morning. So he'll be at the vet at 8:00 today.
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
So here's my credit card information.
Yeah.
Is it bad that I'm way more sad that it's a dog this time and not the cat?
No,
Mm,
no.
mm-mm,
I think
mm-mm.
everybody feels that way.
Mhm,
Everybody
mhm,
who's
mhm.
normal, at
Yeah.
least.
Right.
Um,
Everybody but Haley, my daughter.
yeah, she was broken up about that cat. I
Oh,
told
my
one
goodness.
joke. And she
It was a
stared.
bad joke.
It was a really good joke.
It was funny,
Yeah.
but it wasn't cool.
I know.
But it's fine now.
It's a catastrophe.
It's fine now.
catastrophe.
I said it was a catastrophe, and she looked at me like I had just killed the cat. I
Because
was
the
like,
cat was like seconds away from death when you said it. She was already like on the verge of tears.
I know.
Yes.
I
yes.
know. I'm going to hell. I really am. But it was
even when you
at the
said it,
time an
wow,
accurate
you-
description.
You almost
Wow.
tried to play it off like you didn't say catastrophe. You just
Apparently
said
Haley's
catastrophe.
listening right now.
No. What did she say? she said we're a-holes. We really are.
The one day I'm actually listening.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think all the women in
Finley
your
is good
house
now.
I think all the women in your house hate me.
Oh, there's only 2.
Yeah, and that's all.
2 for 2, baby. That's a Hall of Fame average.
Right.
Tell you what, I'm gonna
It's
be in
fine.
Cooperstown.
It's fine. It
I'm
looked-
never gonna be invited over for dinner.
I mean, do the women in your house hate you?
Yes.
Okay, well,
Okay,
Kendall
good.
loves you.
Okay.
Oh,
wow.
hey,
You
wow.
got one.
All
Look at that.
right.
Look at that.
I am batting. What is that? 200.
Hey, that's
Me and Austin Noah.
Actually, you're doing a lot better than Austin Noah.
Yeah, you would
He's
be
at like
like
140.
you have like the 3rd highest average on the Padres.
Okay, switching gears from the
Oh God, it gets worse.
yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. The U.S. Open is going on. So happy Father's Day to everybody out there who's going to be enjoying some golf this weekend. You're going to see some low scores. Why is everybody shooting low? We have answers on the other side. Coming up next, the USGA, did they tinker enough with LA Country Club ahead of the US Open? We'll explain why we're concerned next. So the U.S. Open is up at LA Country Club for the first time in the course's history. And this was, if you pay attention to golf, a big deal. So a lot of people don't even know LA Country Club exists. It's right there off of Wilshire. It's kind of hidden. It's like one side, it's this big gate, and it has, just brush and bushes along the gate line.
Right
and then
behind the Playboy Mansion.
yeah. Oh, well, yeah. It butts up against residential neighborhoods.
And Lionel Richie's house, which is not a house. It is I don't know.
Palatial estate.
A Playboy Mansion.
Yeah, it's just another mansion. No, it's got history. It's got cool club members. It's got stories. I mean, but the craziest part about it, let's do this. Why are we waiting? Hang on. Yeah, it's a Bar Cart Friday.
Crazy thing about it is it's easy.
Well, yeah. So a lot of country clubs are. If you think about it, what you want out of a country club is members to pay high rates, exclusivity, scarcity, people to feel like, they have something a little bit special that nobody else has, like that. And LA Country Club is that, because it's this Garden of Eden around the high rises of Los Angeles and West LA.
Right.
And it's one of the most expensive pieces of real estate on the planet. Like, if they knocked that down and then developed it with buildings and stuff and houses, I mean, it would be millions, billions of dollars are in those hills, right? But the deal is this, like, the course has to play a little bit easy. Otherwise, club members would be like, this isn't fun. Like,
right.
U.S. Opens, by the way, aren't usually fun. Golfers complain routinely about how the fact that they can't score on these courses.
But that's the calling card for the U.S. Open, is that it's brutal. It's tough. It's the hardest tournament you play in all year. And it has been over the last 20 years. I mentioned it in one of the updates, but since 2000, the best score at a U.S. Open has been 16 under total. And that's only happened twice.
Yeah.
And that in both times, Brooks did it in 2017 at Aaron Hills. When he did it there, he beat the whole field by 5 strokes. When Tiger shot 12 under at Pebble Beach in 2000, he beat everyone by like 14 strokes. So it's like, when you're looking at this, the U.S. Open is supposed to be tough. The courses are supposed to be brutal. Yesterday, we had 2 guys go 8 under, and one of them was Ricky Fowler, who hasn't done anything on tour in years.
But he's from Marietta.
No, I hope Ricky does well. I hope he wins the tournament. Xander, too. He's also 8 under par. Like, I hope both of them do really well this week, but we are going to have an absolutely shattered U.S. Open record that was never meant to be
There's
shattered.
going to be one par 5 today. The hole will be in a bunker.
I hope so.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just all sand.
Yeah,
unfortunately, there's only so much you can do overnight. Like, this all needed to be happening the last 2 months.
I will say this. I feel like we as a society, we are reactionary. We all knee jerk in reaction to our first blush or our first impressions. If you look at the leaderboard, it is a small group under par right now.
Yeah, but there's more of them than there should be.
I don't disagree, but I'm saying it's a small group. Everybody's getting really hot and bothered. This is a field of 155. I think the top 20 are the only people under par right now. The cut line is going to still be pretty high as a result of all this. Look, I'm not saying that it shouldn't or should happen. Is it historic? Yes. I just want to wait. I'm a little patient when it comes to sports. I just want to let this thing bake for another day and see what happens on the other side.
Here's what I know is not going to happen. 06-07, Wingfoot, Oakmont back-to-back. Jeff Ogilvy won with a score of 5 over par. Angel Cabrera won with a score of 5 over par.
I will argue, though, those are some of the opens that I like the least.
Really?
Yeah, I like low scores. I always have. I mean, I don't necessarily like when everybody's destroying the course, but I do like low scores.
I prefer it just to be close. Like Tiger in 2000 winning at Pebble Beach, like, it was awesome because it was Tiger, but he beat everybody by so much. It was like, well, this isn't even an option going into the last day.
All right, coming up next, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Conor McGregor in trouble, not for beating up the Heat mascot, for something much worse. Kansas City Chiefs got their Super Bowl rings. Mike Tomlin out in Pittsburgh with some sound you need to hear, and tailgate trivia for tickets. That's all coming up next on a Bar Cart Friday.
Hour 2, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, just an hour away from Bar Car Friday. That's exciting. This update presented by Macy's Backstage. Padres continue to struggle to get the sweep. They lose to the Guardians yesterday, 8-6 at Petco Park. They do win the series, though, 2-1. Next up, it's going to be the Tampa Bay Rays. They're in town for 3 starting today. If you're looking for a spot to watch the game, nowhere better than the Blind Burrow in downtown in the Gas Lamp corner of 7th and J. D. Smith Show, John and Jim, they're going to be there from noon to 6 with another MLB watch party. Elsewhere in the NL West yesterday, Dodgers beat the White Sox 5-4. D-backs lose to the Phillies 5-4. Rockies lose to the Braves 8-3. Giants had the day off. This U.S. Open Championship update brought to you by the Golf Mart, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop now at worldwidegolfshops.com. Ricky Fowler, San Diego State alum, Xander Schauffele are tied for the lead, 8 under par. They are on historic paces for a U.S. Open score. And over in Omaha, the College World Series getting underway today. Game 1 going to be Oral Roberts and TCU at 11 o'clock. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? Here's a hint. Great Father's Day gifts for $20 and under, like classic polos, girl accessories, grooming sets, and more. Perfect for every dad. Find the latest trends and new arrivals at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
Woo!
Damn. That was a good one. Yeah.
Oh,
Felt that in my plums.
Yeah.
Happy Friday to those who celebrate. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch with you on a Bar Car Friday.
The light
And
blue
we-
hue in them.
Are celebrating. I love Bar Car Friday so much. There's nothing like we missed it. Like normally we're in the opening segment of the show and we're like, hey, y'all want a beer?
Yeah. Right.
I'll be honest, I was still full from yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I didn't have a bite of
Me neither.
anything. Yeah. And I'm full now.
so, but 6:45 came around and I digested a little bit, got a couple good burps up, and said it was time.
Yeah. It was
Good.
time to mash.
It's working.
You had some of those tuna tostadas you brought home, didn't you?
No.
No?
No, I'm saying this morning, 6:45
Oh.
came around and I didn't have food
I thought you
yesterday.
meant 6:45 at night.
No, it's 6:45 this morning. I was ready for a beer.
That's right. Yeah. So we got off to a late start. 6:45. I love saying that. It was 6:45 before our first beer today.
Why did we wait so long?
That was ridiculous.
By the way, I'm gonna knock one off the list this weekend for our video for places to have beers.
What you got?
I'm gonna knock off Top Golf. A
Oh,
Top
are
Golf
you
beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
I've never
golf
been
beer
to
in
Top
general.
Golf. Is it worth the cash?
Top Golf's a lot of fun, man.
So it's my boy's birthday, Monday, and Caleb had said, I want to go to Top Golf. And I was
Oh,
like,
right
I'm
on.
not spending $500 for you to shank a golf ball.
There's packages you can do.
I
If you
can do that at home.
if you bring a squad of people, like for my bachelor party, we did Top Golf, and it was all they had it catered with a bunch of like bar food stuff, unlimited beer, unlimited everything. I think it was a little over $1,000 for like 16 people.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's actually pretty reasonable.
That's all right.
Yeah. Good crowd if everybody chips in. But yeah, I mean, if it ends up just being you and Caleb, you know,
Oh, you can get in for like $100 if it's just the two of you.
yeah,
There'd be like 6 of us.
You're looking at expensive.
yeah.
Mhm. Cool. Maybe we'll go bowling.
Daddy Dale, you're gonna have to choose between Top Golf or one of these pets.
Going with the dog. Going with the dog.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
Damn
No, never mind.
catastrophe.
Haley's listening. I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Listen, I
Yeah.
love my doggy, okay?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. I love my son, but sorry, Caleb.
You ain't the dog.
The text line was asking if this is the dog that doesn't play fetch.
No, this is not that dog. This is a tiny little dog, which when we got, I thought, why did we get this stupid dog? It's a little yappy dog. Now, I mean, he's my heart, man.
This happened with me. So last night, I mean, I'm sitting there taking video of Anne washing the dog in the sink alongside Sebastian. And I'm sitting there like almost getting
wait.
emotional.
The dog and Sebastian were in the sink.
Oh no. That's happened before, actually, more than you think. But this time it was the dog was in the same. The dog's tiny, and then Sebastian was trying to, the little nozzle, the handle nozzle,
yeah.
and you get to spray with it. It's actually fun even as an adult. All he wanted to do was just hose down this dog right in the chops. And I thought it was hysterical, but Ann did not. She was like, she's blind and it'll hurt her. I'm like, nah, I mean, well, yeah, actually, yeah, maybe that is kind of mean. But he was having the best damn time. And the dog was terrified the whole time. Dogs do not like baths. Has anybody met a dog who likes to get wet, really?
Oh, yeah. So the dog that doesn't like to play fetch loved getting wet.
No.
Oh my gosh. Would jump in the pool, swim around with you.
Oh, yeah, in the pool, I guess.
I mean, absolutely loved it. But the little dog who is at the hospital currently hates any sort of moisture.
Yeah. That's this dog.
doomsday.
Lady, the dog got in the sink and was literally shaking like we had just like listen, we're gonna break this leg if you don't tell us what the nuclear codes are. She's like, no, I don't know. I swear I know nothing. I will turn on the cold water. Don't do it.
How's the lady
again.
smelling these days?
How's she smelling?
Is it terrible?
No, she's a relatively clean dog. She's a short-haired dog. She doesn't stink. She just wanders into everything. It's honestly like owning a blind lab rat.
Oh man.
She's this tiny little white being that if you're not careful, like, and this has happened to me a couple times, I'm a very large human compared to how little this dog is. Like, I'll take 2 steps back from the sink or like open the dishwasher too fast and just it's oh no.
Sorry about that, puppy.
Sorry, dog. All
Sarah,
right.
Sarah is tuned in, by the way. So the invite stands. She wants to come to Bar Cart Friday. Oh, also,
Come on down.
I was like, oh man, I gotta get a tablecloth. And actually I sent Haley to go do it.
Yeah.
And Sarah's like, for what? I'm like, well, there's a cart in there. And we just need to cover it up.
Yeah.
And she's like, what? Move the cart out of the way. We asked and they said no.
Yeah. Legitimately. Yeah. So now there's a cart parked right in front of our console here that we're just going to use to hold booze on it. It has laptops.
It's got so much equipment.
Video equipment. I'm pretty sure it's not even iHearts. It might be NBC's across the way. We're just going to use it to pour alcohol on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They brought this on themselves.
Yeah. Sorry, NBC and 760. But
we know you're listening.
This is Bar Cart Friday. All right. So
Did Haley have to pick the one that smells like vomit?
She just got the only one there was,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if this was returned or what. It's like the perfect tablecloth that I want to set up a nice, dinner setting and like try to pull the tablecloth underneath.
we should do that today
We
on
definitely
top
should.
of the cart.
Yeah.
That we can't move. This is amazing. It's going to be a great day here, by the way, because we're going to have multiple guests coming in studio, some of which we can't mention right now. But Sarah, Whiskey Nomad, at Whiskey Nomad on TikTok, on Instagram. She's a whiskey bourbon educator. She's a founder of the First Responders Whiskey Society. Follow her. She's awesome on TikTok, Instagram. She tastes and samples all sorts of whiskeys. She talks about it on her channels. She's going to be in here to announce the winner of the Farm to Glass cocktail competition that was playing out here in San Diego. Frey Ranch sponsored the whole thing, and Frey Ranch is coming in as a result of Keg and Bottle.
It's cool.
Tony Khan just set up the whole thing. Lydia, his wife, is going to come in here. Adriana Gia Dambarino,
Yeah, that's
I
it.
believe is how that last name is spelled. She's going to come in here. She's with Frey Ranch, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay. The Kansas City Chiefs got their Super Bowl rings. Have you guys seen these?
I have not seen them yet.
Okay, yeah.
How many
search it
diamonds
up.
was it? It's a ridiculous amount.
It is. Let me see what I wrote down in my notes here. It is a ridiculous amount. It is
They're
629 total diamonds.
Wow, that's rad.
35 rubies. The total carat weight on just the diamonds and rubies alone, 16.10. It's got the Kansas City Chiefs logo all over it. And like the Buccaneers did last year, if you pop the top on it, underneath is the carved out Arrowhead Stadium.
That's cool.
And
It's
then
That's unbelievable.
the top that's removable, you can turn it into a pendant and you can wear it on a chain.
No way.
Yeah. They've thought of literally everything.
No kidding. Oh man.
I want to know what they cost.
Yeah, it's got to be upwards of 100,000, I would say.
It says 30 to 50,000 each. Which is maybe cost on them.
Yeah. Those. Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Retail. I mean, you're spending and especially if it's an important player,
Mhm.
if those
Oh,
get
right.
auctioned off, can you imagine?
Oh,
So
no
we got
doubt.
to see Petty Mahomes last night, which was pretty fun. The pictures on Twitter of Patrick Mahomes holding up the 2 rings as if it was like almost a phone to his ear. And it goes all the way back a while here where Jamar Chase was asked in a preseason interview, I want to say a year ago, who the best quarterback in the league is and if it's Patrick Mahomes. And he said, Pat who? And so
Wow.
this now full circle, Patrick Mahomes' little caption on his picture says, "That's who." 2 rings next to it. Him holding up both rings.
Oh my god, that's incredible! I didn't get that. I saw the tweet from Patrick Mahomes last night, but I mean, like, yeah, I just thought it was like that's who. It was a cool thing. It's a cool caption for a picture. So he's literally answering Jamar Chase's question.
Pat who?
Wow,
That's fantastic.
That
if
is-
there's one person
that's
I'm not,
fantastic.
That's
if
a
I'm
deep
not
cut.
going to
Yeah.
talk smack about somebody, it's going to be Patrick Mahomes. Like, what else does he have to prove?
dude.
You don't
It's
think
incredible.
you could outrun him?
Yeah, you just challenged Travis to a race literally 30 minutes ago.
I was talking about Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I know. He might be the only person I've ever heard you not wanting to challenge. You just said I would beat Nelson Cruz around the bases 35
in
minutes
that
ago.
one specific moment last night, like not normally, I'm not going to race Nelson Cruz. In that one specific moment, I'm pretty sure anyone in this building could have scored.
I wonder if we can.
Cliff Albert could have scored.
I wonder if we could set up a race between you and
gosh.
Nelson Cruz.
I don't want to do that.
who you call Nelly Cruz.
Dude, I love Nelly Cruz. It's my boy. But I'm saying, how do you not score from first base on a ball that goes 70 feet away from an outfield?
You are my favorite person.
Mm-hmm.
I've never met
Mhm.
anybody
It
like
has
you in my
nothing to do
life.
with speed. It has everything to do with brains and effort.
Determination.
Oh, wow. Did he just say Nelly Cruz is not smart?
No, I'm
What-
saying on that
He
one
does have
play,
brains.
he was not very smart. He should have scored. If you ask him this today, I promise you he would say, that was my fault. I should have scored.
It comes down to conditioning, cardio, and concentration. The
The
three
three
C's.
Cs.
Eating 7-Eleven pizza.
Listen, I was a
Listen,
terrible coach. I will
listen.
admit I was a terrible coach.
I still think J-Rip cheated.
I do too.
Yeah.
Listen,
I mean,
I've felt this way since the Hardwood and Balls Classic finished, and that damn trophy is still sitting in the control room staring at
I'm
Ben.
going to break it.
No, what we need is to get it back. We need it back. We need you to get in the best shape of your life and then re-challenge Jonathan Rifkin to get this trophy back.
Correct.
And this
Correct.
time we play for keeps.
Yep, that's right.
Actually, last time we were playing for keeps also, but this time
this
also.
time we say it though.
Damn, dude. Lamar
Say
Hunt
it.
put a quote from Lamar Hunt on the Super Bowl rings.
Oh, wow.
Or no, is it Lamar Hunt's the older?
Oh, yeah, he's the patriarch
Okay,
of the
so
family.
then
I think he passed
who
away.
are the current Hunts?
Clark?
Helen? No.
That's
Helen
Clark
Hunt's an
Hunt?
actress.
I think Clark Hunt
Okay,
is the
but
son.
There's
Clark,
a quote.
Clark Hunt, by the way, when he logs in at work, it's terrible on his on his screen.
Yeah, Clark is the owner and chairman CEO of
Okay.
the Kansas City Chiefs.
So there is a quote from Lamar Hunt on these Super Bowl rings that says, quote, Arrowhead Stadium is my favorite place on earth. End
Yeah.
quote.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you
Okay.
what, it's an awesome place to
Okay.
play, and it gets super loud. And when the Chiefs are good, that there's very few venues like Arrowhead, especially on a night game. I remember going out to Kansas City and all those drunk Kansas City fans just shouting your name like, "Hey, Ornberger," and then it would just be followed by a tirade of expletives. And then if you just waved, they were kind enough to be like, "Oh, he waved. He's nice. I like
It's
Ornberger."
because they're Midwesterners who can't decide whether or not they're supposed to be polite in the moment because they think they're supposed to talk crap about you. But then if you show any sort of
Oh,
humanity,
they would say the most awful things. They would see me laugh. They're like, "Yeah, that was a good one, wasn't it?" Like they just couldn't help themselves. They're like, "All right, he's my buddy. Moving on. Hey, Hardwick, you know what that rhymes with? Hard." Yeah. Anyways,
Wow.
um,
Wow.
Yeah, he got that a lot on the road. All right,
We
so
should
who,
call him.
who can continue? We should call Nick. He's awake and he's doing cardio right now.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
he's
he's
just
and meal
running
prep.
on that treadmill that he has to power himself.
He's
Have you seen
also
those things?
conditioning
Oh, man.
and he's concentrating. The three
The
C's.
3 C's. And meal prepping. I
know what?
promise
Can you
he's
bring
meal
in your
prepping.
AFC championship ring?
I can.
That who was it? LeGarrette Blunt didn't believe that they actually gave out AFC championship
They
rings.
do. I got one.
They also have loser parties.
They do. We've discussed that too. Yeah, and the fourth C is Coors Light, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I think we missed that in our training.
Yeah, that was the hidden C.
Is it a cool ring?
It's actually awesome, and it's super. It's not much less expensive than the amount of money that they
Right.
spent on
Right.
their the Chiefs spent on their Super Bowl rings. It's It's a dazzling ring. It looks like a Super Bowl ring. It's not, unfortunately.
Dude, that will forever be one of my favorite moments on radio when LeGarrette Blount just looked at you and he's like, they give out rings for the AFC Championship?
I was like, yeah, LeGarrette. Duh.
Yeah. I guess you've never been there.
Yeah.
Well, he's been there.
Yeah.
He's just won every time he's been there.
So did we, Ben. That's the reason why we got the AFC Championship.
that's what I'm
But he
saying.
also won the
That's what I'm
Super Bowl.
saying.
We didn't do that. That's the part that we missed. And somebody should have told us to win that one because it would have been cool.
What do you mean? We got another ring.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if they would have given us 2 rings then. Well, you won the AFC Championship, but you also won the Super Bowl, you sneaky Pete's.
Mhm.
Here you go.
Mhm.
Who can compete with the Kansas City Chiefs, though? I mean, name the team that you are confident can beat them in the Super Bowl.
I actually think the Eagles can.
49ers.
Yeah. Okay. The 49ers have to get there.
All right. How about this? I'll give you a wild card. Dallas.
No.
I don't
Okay.
believe
All right.
that. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not buying that.
Neither
one.
do I. Honestly, I
Yeah.
don't. I believe in the 49ers more than Dallas.
I'll tell you, a team I
Hands
really,
down.
really do like a lot this going into this season is the Detroit Lions. Now, I don't know if they can get to the point where they're able to win a Super Bowl, but I like if there's a dark horse team that I have going a long, long ways this year, it is Detroit.
The problem is I mean, no matter what, I mean, you match up any team with the Chiefs, or you put your money on the Chiefs.
Yeah, you just do. Right
now,
now,
it's
on
really
paper.
tough to win back-to-back Super Bowls. Like
Yeah.
it's damn near impossible.
But I mean, Patty Mahomes has been to 3 and he's won 2 of them over a 6-year career so far.
Well, he's been to the last 5 AFC Championship games.
that is correct.
Yeah. And I say 6-year career. He's going on to year 6.
Yeah.
It's been 5 years.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty
Well,
insane.
no, because his rookie season he didn't really play.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
So it is
yeah.
year 6, 5
Yes.
times that he's gone. Yeah, that's a good
He
point.
played like 6 games though.
No, I think
One.
he only played the
Oh,
one.
that was
Yeah,
Just
Alex
one
Smith
start.
played the whole year. He played in
Oh, he
week
did, okay.
17
Week
Oh.
17
because
yeah,
at the time it was a 16-game schedule. So yeah,
Mm.
week 17.
against the Denver Broncos.
And he was freaking awesome then too. And everyone was like, "Oh my god, who's this?"
yeah,
Right.
it's
Right.
Patty freaking Mahomes. That's
Right.
who.
Right.
Who dey?
That's who. Okay, how about this as a dark horse? Because I agree with you, by the way. Philadelphia Eagles, in my brain, is the only team that could do it right now in the preseason, but we'll see.
What?
Everything's got to
You don't-
play out.
No love for the Niners.
Look, they need a quarterback.
Yep,
I need
I agree.
everywhere else. They
I
have the
agree.
like best roster in the entire NFL outside of that one position.
right. That's a
It's
really
just at least
important
it's
one.
not.
though.
Yeah. At
Dude,
least it's not a big.
no credit for
position.
Big Sock Brock.
I mean,
He's lost one game in his career.
he does have an elbow right now, as far as I last
No,
checked.
George Kittle was
actually
on
missing an arm.
George
Yeah.
Kittle was on Dan Patrick yesterday. Said Brock's been throwing great,
Okay, well,
All right.
and he
All right.
expects Brock to be Week 1 starter.
we'll see what happens when the Bullets start flying for real, if that is the case, because it's a lot easier to throw to targets when nobody's chasing you down. There's no chance of you being
Are
hit.
you telling me OTAs aren't real?
Yeah. Yes, that's what I'm telling you. And also, he may not have even appeared in like an team scrimmage yet. He might be
was
thrown
there.
off
He
to
was
the
throwing.
side.
I think it was 7-on-7s, but he was throwing.
Yeah, which, by the way, there's no rush.
I
He's
understand.
just dropping back and
I do
easy
wonder
as a Sunday
dude,
morning.
mentally how tough is that going to be knowing the last
That's only
time
was one hit.
the last time you dropped back in a game and were facing an actual rush because the rest of the game he was just dumping as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah.
You got that hit that knocked you out of an NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Mentally, what does that do to you next time you're facing a rush?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's my whole point is that moment replays in your mind and maybe not in the moment, but your brain does it for you. It's just hard not to be trigger shy after an injury for any injury and at any position. I remember coming back from shoulder injuries when you're trying to retrain your brain to trust, okay, I can throw both my hands into this target. Like if you're favoring one arm, like all of a sudden it's like you see it on film, you go in super slow-mo. It's like, oh, my left arm's making contact first because I'm shy to throw my right arm because my right shoulder just had an operation in January and it's only August, so I'm 8 months out of having this thing completely torn apart, fixed, put back together, and then rehabbed. Your brain tells your body like, hey, don't do that. We're not ready yet. And there's a lot of things to overcome. We'll see how he does. Let's play the sound real quick because I don't know if we have time to play it all. Maybe it's about a minute and a half. Mike Tomlin, Pittsburgh Steelers coach, talk about underdogs, talk about maybe dark horses in the NFL this year. Listen to the way this guy talks about expectations and getting better on a daily basis and try not to want to run through a wall on the other side. Whoa.
Mm.
No doubt. How do you compile a 636 career lifetime win-loss record as a head coach? How do you go to 2 Super Bowls and win one of them? How do you not have a single losing record in the NFL as a head coach? It's stuff like that.
Mhm.
Being able to speak extemporaneously about winning and success and expectation and the will to become better every single day. Mike Tomlin is one of one. It's a man versus himself game. That is the stuff that you need to have to be great. The Pittsburgh Steelers, man, I know it's been a drought lately since Big Ben retired and even before he was finished. But when you have a motivator like that in front of your room, look the hell out for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, I love this so much. I mean, good Lord, can he just come give speeches here?
Can he join us on Bar Card Friday?
I want it so much.
He can put them away.
Yeah.
He's joined a podcast before where they drink.
Yeah.
And Mike Tomlin can put him away.
He looks like a guy who will put away like 12 shots of whiskey, and then you're just like, is he even drunk? I feel like he's getting better at speaking.
No, he was drunk.
Okay, all right. That's good. I'm glad he could get loose.
Good.
Glad he could get loose. We're about to get loose here with some giveaways here. We have a bunch of tickets to give away. It's going to be dealer's choice on the other side. Maybe we'll let our listener who joins the show as a contestant can decide whether they want SD Fair tickets.
I like that.
Or Bare Naked Lady tickets.
Yeah.
844-570-1360 is the number to dial. 844-570-1360. If you want to play tailgate trivia for SD Fair or Bare Naked Ladies tickets, you decide. That's coming up next on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Coming up next, we have tailgate trivia for Bare Naked Ladies or SD Fair tickets. Our next contestant will decide.
This update is presented by Macy's Backstage. Padres continue to struggle to get the sweep. They lose to the Guardians yesterday, 8-6 at Petco Park, win the series 2-1. Next up, 3-game series with the Tampa Bay Rays right here in San Diego at Petco Park. If you're looking for a spot to watch the game, nowhere better than the Blind Burrow in downtown on the gas lamp on the corner of 7th and J.D. Smith Show. John and Jim, they're going to be there from noon to 6 today. Get on down and get yourself a Casa Machado margarita. Delicious. Elsewhere in the NL West, D-backs lose again to the Phillies 5-4. Rockies lose to the Braves 8-3. Dodgers beat the White Sox 5-4. Giants had the day off. U.S. Open, this update brought to you by the Golf Mart, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Ricky Fowler, San Diego State alum, Xander Schauffele, they're tied for the lead at 8 under par on historic paces for this U.S. Open. Over in Omaha, College World Series getting underway today. Game 1 going to be Oral Roberts and TCU at 11 o'clock. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? Here's a hint. Great Father's Day gifts for $20 and under, like classic polos, grill accessories, grooming sets, and more. Perfect for every dad. Find the latest trends and new arrivals at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
It's Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. San Diego Sports 760. Little Bare Naked Ladies there. And I thought it kicked in. If I had $1 million,
Yeah, that seems fitting.
I could almost pay off my veterinary bills.
Yeah, if I had won the lottery on Wednesday, we would all have over $1 million. All
we
three
were
of us.
so close, so close. How many numbers did you get?
0.
Okay, really close.
We were only 5 away, plus the Powerball number.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. We do have a pair of tickets to see the Bare Naked Ladies at Cal Coast Credit Union Open Air Amphitheater. That's happening on June 22nd. Tickets and info available at Ticketmaster.com. But they can, whoever's on the line here can win them right now with tailgate trivia. Also, we have a 4-pack of tickets to the 2023 San Diego County Fair. Get out there to explore the great outdoors and get some more of what life has to offer now through Tuesday, July 4th at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. For tickets and info there, you want to go to sdfair.com. It's going to be dealer's choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they can win tailgate trivia, they choose.
I love this.
It's Friday. And if you ain't grilling, you ain't living. Let's do a little Friday tailgate trivia with Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
Yeah, you heard him right on the game show that is sweeping all the way throughout San Diego. I hear we're absolutely enormous in Mount Laguna.
Yeah.
I actually don't know if that's part of San Diego County proper, but this station can be heard out there. There's no question. Joel is on the line. He's our listener contestant today for tailgate trivia. And the way we're going to do this today, Joel, is before we even talk about the rules or we talk about how you'll win, we want to talk about what you will win. So you get to choose, Joel, a 4-pack of tickets to the San Diego Fair or pair of tickets to go see the Bare Naked Ladies.
And wait, and hang on, Joel. Before you answer that, let's do a little conference here. If whatever Joel chooses and Joel doesn't win, is that the prize whoever the next person is playing for? I mean, is it locked in by Joel?
Yeah, it's locked in by Joel.
Okay,
Yeah.
Joel, you make the call then. So a 4-pack of tickets to the SD County Fair or Bare Naked Lady tickets. What are you playing for today, Joel?
I'm going to go with SD Fair.
Okay.
I'm locking that in.
Okay, locked in. Final answer, SD Fair for Joel. Now, Joel, it is Father's Day edition here on Tailgate Trivia, so you're going to have to know some father trivia.
That's right. That's right. The rules are simple, Joel. We're going to ask you a question. It's going to have 2 multiple choice answers. You pick one of them, you pick correctly, and you do that 3 times, best of 5. You're going to win. Do you understand the rules, Joel?
Yes, sir.
All right, there it is.
All right, well, here's question number 1 for you, Joel. In Greek mythology, who is known for having eaten his own children to prevent them from overthrowing him? Is it A, Kronos, or B, Hades?
Great question.
Kronos.
Wow.
Joel, nicely done. Right out of the get-go.
Are you Greek?
No.
Are you a god?
Yeah. Good follow-up. Good follow-up. And he just giggled at that. So
The answer is yes.
he clearly is a god.
Not the god, but a god.
When someone asks if you are a god, you say yes. That's Ghostbusters. Okay, moving on to question number 2. Joel, here it is. What is the name of the father from the TV show The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Is it A, Jeffrey Banks, or B, Philip Banks? And it might be pronounced Joffrey.
Philip Banks.
Wow.
Wow. Off to a pretty good start.
Joel.
Joel,
I
are
honestly
you
thought those would be more difficult.
are you a dad? Is that maybe we're getting closer to the core here?
Nah, but I love my dad a lot, so maybe that's open.
Did you guys watch a lot of Fresh Prince together?
Yeah.
No, actually, not really.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. What did you?
Kind of an iconic character.
Yeah. Did you ever? What'd you do growing up with dad? Was he like a fisherman or a hunter, or was he a guy who just kind of said things like, "Hey, Joel, get out of the way of the television while Fresh Prince is on"? Like, what kind of dad did you have?
Oh, no, my dad is real cool. We'll just be watching sports all the time. We're always watching football, baseball. We're always hanging out, but watching Boston. We're just a big sports family, so
Nice.
we're just always hanging out.
Now, I do also have this question here for the team.
Yeah.
If Joel gets this next one right, we have enough questions. We could just bring Dennis on.
Oh, to play for the
And
Bare
play-
Naked
yeah, play for
Ladies
the Bare
tickets.
Naked Ladies
Wow.
tickets.
Okay. Well,
I mean, Joel, you got to sweep here.
you got to sweep here if that's going to happen. So, Travis,
Yeah.
let's
Here you
see
go.
if you can do it.
Question number 3, Joel. In which Indiana Jones film do we meet Indiana's father? Is it A, The Last Crusade, or B, The Temple of Doom?
Temple of Doom.
That is incorrect.
Yeah, no. Wow. Was there just an update
Yeah.
to its computer? Yeah, you got that one wrong. That's The Last Crusade is when we meet Indy's dad. Yeah. Are you going to go see? Right. Are you going to go see the new Indiana Jones?
I might now.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Yeah,
It comes
yeah.
out June
Is that the
30th.
one with Shia LaBeouf?
No, that was the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. That was the 4th one that came out. Indiana Jones number 5, which should be the final Indiana Jones, and the first Indiana Jones that is not directed by Steven Spielberg will be coming out June 30th, and I can't remember the name of it.
King of the Nerds.
It's something dial. The Tears of a Dial. It's something
mystery, dial, something
Lyle,
dial,
crocodile?
Yeah, something like that.
All right. Moving on to your next question, Joel. Now, you all of a sudden are in a 2-1 ball game here. With a correct answer, you win. Incorrect, we have a tie,
Right.
and this could get to sudden death. So here we go. What is the most popular Father's Day gift of all time, ever? Is it A, the necktie, or is it B, an ashtray?
Next time.
Wow.
That is incredible. That is incredible. Big win.
Yeah, big win. Congrats, Joel. You just won yourself a family 4-pack of tickets to the 2023 San Diego County Fair. Get out there to explore the great outdoors and get some more of what life has to offer. Now through Tuesday, July 4th at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Everyone else for tickets and info, they're going over to sdfair.com. But you, Joel, you won them right here. Tailgate Trivia. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. It's probably the weekend, going to the game tonight. Friday.
Sweet.
Can't complain.
Yeah. Did you swing by Keg and Bottle yet and pick up something for your dad?
No, but I'm taking them to the Remy.
Oh, right on. Atta baby.
Dude, you won't be disappointed, man.
Yeah, we were
Holy
just at
smokes.
the Remy yesterday, and that is a great place to take your dad for Father's Day.
Yeah.
Definitely try that cowboy bone-in ribeye.
mhm.
We all shared one yesterday. It was amazing.
Yep. And tell Frank that we sent you.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey,
He'll
Joel,
take care of you.
thanks for playing, man. Hang on the line. Ben's going to get your information. We have like 2 minutes left in this segment. Is it possible to give out the number and have somebody play for the Bare Naked Ladies tickets, sudden death?
Dennis dropped.
Yeah, Dennis dropped.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
Check
Look
this out.
So
We have 1
844
minute left. So if someone calls right now,
844-570-1360. Call right now if you want to play sudden death, tailgate trivia, Father's Day edition for Bare Naked Ladies tickets, 844-570-1360. How about that? Joel going to the Remy with his dad? That'd be good for his
I like
dad.
that a lot. Oh my gosh. I wish I could go with them. I just want to just watch their faces and experience this with them.
and if you want a bottle of wine, that Pietra that our guy Frank the Tank brought out for
I
us.
forgot that there was a bottle of wine opened at the
We
table
drank
too.
a lot.
Yeah, we didn't just have one
Holy
cocktail.
smokes.
We
Holy
had
smokes.
so many cocktails.
All right, 760. Thank you for calling. You had sudden death, so we got to go quick.
Yeah, what's your name,
Wow,
caller?
been really rushing us.
Harry.
Harry, how you
This is
doing, man?
Harry.
Harry,
Pretty good.
Are we just doing one question?
One question.
All right.
It's win or lose for Bare Naked Ladies tickets.
Do we go with just the very next question on the
why
list?
not? Yeah.
All right, here you go. In what year was the first ever Father's Day celebrated? A, 1776, B, 1910.
1910.
He did it. He did it. Look, just like if we have a winner.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, Harry, you just won yourself a pair of tickets to go see the Bare Naked Ladies at the Calco Credit Union Open Air Amphitheater on June 22nd. Everybody else is going over to Ticketmaster.com for tickets and info, but you,
Thank
Harry, you won them right here. How you feeling?
That's amazing, Harry.
Thank you.
Okay, so Harry, are you also taking Joel's dad to the Remy tonight?
I will.
Yeah,
I have no problem doing that.
You know what, Harry? Just go with them. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll connect you two. Stay on the line, Harry. We're gonna get a conference call with Joel and Harry,
Maybe Harry can take Joel to Bare Naked Ladies.
and then Joel can take Harry to that state fair, and then I'll go to the Remy afterwards. All right,
Post pictures.
holy cow. We love you all. Happy Father's Day to Joel's dad and Harry's dad. Big win for both of them on Tailgate Trivia.
Yeah, what you're going to want to do is make an appointment with your orthodontist. You need to make an appointment with your orthodontist very, very soon. We'll explain why coming up next.
It's another Friday in the 619. And we'll be down by Petco at the Blind Borough. Listen today as we broadcast from noon to 6, getting all set for this weekend series with the Rays. It's the Darren Smith Show from noon to 3, and then John and Jim get you home and preview the games from 3 to 6. San Diego Sports. 760. America's finest sports station.
I'm grateful to West Automotive Group. They've been helping our family out for a long time, and I'm really excited for them. They're now opening up their 5th location. So Escondido, Kearney Mesa, El Cajon, Miramar, UTC, and now in Oceanside. What a testament to just what a wonderful family-owned business they are now for over 30 years. Work on any maker model, and they're going to do a great job for you, of course. westautomotivegroup.com. And you can book online at westautomotivegroup.com.
Experience better banking. Open a free checking with eStatements account and bank on the go. Check balances, deposit checks, pay bills, and more just about anywhere through your smartphone 24/7. Message and data rates may apply. Visit sdccu.com.
Free Taco Bell breakfast? Yes, please. Every Tuesday in June before 11 a.m., you can get a free breakfast crunch wrap with fluffy eggs, sausage, melty cheese, and a crispy hash brown in a grilled tortilla. Only for Taco Bell Rewards members. offers, and only in the app.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency on earth, and if you owe back taxes, the news isn't good. The IRS is raising the interest rate it charges on unpaid taxes, and further rate hikes are expected. Most people don't know it, but the IRS adds interest charges to your tax debts daily. So if you owe the IRS today, you'll owe even more tomorrow. And it doesn't stop until you get right with the IRS. The good news is getting right can start with one phone call to Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm. Optima's tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, a powerful IRS program that can save you thousands if you qualify. In fact, the experts at Optima have resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Coming up next, if you want to lure a Kardashian, you're going to have to start with your teeth. We'll explain next.
San Diego Sports Traffic.
This report is sponsored by ChooseMatt.org.
North 805 Imperial accident out of lane, but it's slow. National City to home, also slow through National City for North 5. South of Tina, big backed up behind Deer Springs and a little slow near the 78. I'm Tori Peck, San Diego Traffic.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life or your choices with just one wrong pill. Find medically proven treatment options at ChooseMatt.org.
In this week's Marketers Report, Chris Brandt, Chief Marketing Officer at Chipotle Mexican Grill, weighs in on the power of audio, specifically audio influencers.
Audio has been a key component for us. Our consumer is omni-channel, so we need to be omni-channel. We've used audio to reinforce what we're showing on TV, what we're showing in other digital channels. When your priority is driving reach, boy, everybody seems to listen to the radio. I think using the audio influencers has been a huge component for
Darren, you dirty fellow.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day to anybody out there who's listening this morning as you're making your way toward your weekend. A lot of celebrating of the dads. We just did this with the moms. And so the other half, the lesser half of those relationships that made all of us happy Father's Day to you all. And if anybody is searching for a great Father's Day gift, get to Keg and Bottle, 10 locations across San Diego. On a Bar Car Friday, it's perfect timing. If you've forgotten about dad, get to Keg and Bottle, get you a bottle of Frey Ranch. That's who's coming in studio today.
Yeah.
And our whole 8 o'clock hour is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to have the Whiskey Nomad on TikTok and Instagram coming in. Sarah is going to announce a winner of the Farm to Glass cocktail contest that Frey Ranch was throwing. Dominic Giamacarena's wife is coming in. Adriana.
Is Dominic still hanging around here? Because our buddy Tony is at the door.
Oh, Tony's here.
Tony's here.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
All right.
Dom's on it.
I
He's
saw
got
the thumbs up.
And then Lydia Kanja is going to be in as well. Tony's wife over at Keg and Bottle as well.
We might set a record today for most people in studio.
Yeah, which is cool because we have the most stuff we've ever had in here.
Yeah. All of a sudden, they start bringing cameras in and lights, and we have this cart we can't move. We could prominently display some Frey Ranch and other whiskeys up here on this cart, though. We plan to. You brought this to my attention yesterday, Travis, and I was very happy that you did.
Well,
so look, if you're in the market for a gal friend,
this is almost a public service announcement.
It really is. It's a PSA to everybody out there who's single, maybe looking to mingle with a Kardashian.
But like not any Kardashian, like the Kardashian.
Yeah, the one who started it all.
The one that put him on the map.
Kim. So yeah, Kim apparently she on her show was discussing some of her turn-ons. And nothing gets her going like straight teeth, gentlemen.
Now, do any of them look like this?
Go ahead.
Look, she's looking at his teeth, my friend.
You are a vision in that Coors Light polo.
That's right.
My teeth used to be super messed up.
Yeah.
Well,
I got a lot of braces and I got a fakie.
She wouldn't even give you a look. But now, now that they're straight,
after that visit to the orthodontist, she is wow.
Yeah.
Dude, there's other drama in Kardashian land. I was seeing Kendall was telling me that one of them copied the other one's wedding, like almost verbatim.
Kim copied Courtney.
There it is.
Yeah. It was a big deal, guys.
I mean, I don't know that.
She says that teeth are like one of my biggest turn-ons.
Yeah.
She said, the straighter, the hornier I'll get. Okie dokie.
Now let's take a look. See who's it been? It's been Chris Humphries.
Yeah, I did this yesterday. Actually,
dude,
I started looking up teeth, and I'm like, oh,
Chris
wow.
Humphries has a great smile.
Yeah, look at Kanye's.
Oh yeah, Kanye. Also great smile,
super straight,
dude. If there's one thing that's
Kanye's got a great smile,
super straight in Kanye's life, it's his teeth. Everything else.
How about Pete Davidson? He's got some big old teeth.
Oh,
you know what?
No, he's got choppers, but they're all
they
straight. They're straight. I promise you, they are.
Son of a gun.
Yep.
Wow. Wow, I feel like I'm looking for a list now of Kim Kardashian's exes.
She says
there was a bunch of football players.
She
right?
also says no heavy baggage. I have enough. Oh, Ray J. That's where it started. Look up Ray J's teeth.
Hang on.
I mean, I
don't
don't
even want to type in Ray J to the internet.
Well, if you don't type in their names together, because you're gonna find video footage. It's available.
Oh, he's got a set of choppers, man. Straight teeth.
Yeah, she's got a type.
Yeah. Oh,
she's got a type.
No, I ruined
and it's teeth, guys. I mean,
what
clearly.
about Reggie Bush teeth?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Reggie has like one of the best smiles.
Yeah, dude, he has an electric smile.
Yeah, he's a good
What a
looking
handsome
guy.
fella.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
oh
so
my goodness.
Here is the full list. This is the full list. Let's recap.
All right, let's see everyone's chompers first. Big smiles.
Okay. How we doing?
I'm done.
We're
Yeah,
not
there's
bad.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
You know what? I just realized I didn't brush this morning.
Oh,
you have that like film.
Yeah,
almost?
dude, I just
no.
realized
I don't know.
and now
so
I'm
bad.
going to be thinking about this until I leave.
Yeah,
here today.
I can't
that's
go to
always the
sleep
problem.
without brushing my teeth or like wake up and get my day
Oh,
going
I
without it.
never forget before bed because I'll wake up and I'll be like, "Oh my god,
What is that taste?
Like
Something crawl in my mouth
No,
and die?
but laying there, like you always kind of do the check before you fall asleep. You're like, teeth are good. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but when you do, like, if you fall asleep and then you wake up and go, "Oh man, I forgot to brush," do you actually get out of bed? Because I do I mean, how bad is it?
no, I
like
get
if I roll away,
I won't be able to
from
fall
there.
asleep once
Oh,
it's in my head. I'll think about it for the rest of the day. Now, are you guys side sleepers or back sleepers?
Side.
I'm all sorts of sleepers.
Oh yeah.
I move so much in my sleep.
So what? But the position you fall asleep in, everybody has one that they fall asleep in.
What? Yes, absolutely.
I think on this shoulder.
Right
on
shoulder.
my side, yeah.
Which side do you fall asleep on?
Right shoulder.
I'm left shoulder, and the reason why is because they took out part of my collarbone when I was playing, and it makes it so I can fold it over my body easier, and so it just sort of tucks underneath my chin. Yeah, when you're
super foldable.
Yeah,
Can you get in like a small
look,
box?
I'll show you the difference. Like on the right side, like I can't really bend that well.
Wow.
But
Yeah. Okay.
When they remove, they call it a clavicle resection. When
Yeah.
they take out part of your collarbone, like
Look
dude,
at you.
yeah, like I can just like I fall asleep on
Wow.
planes that way. It feels good.
Rich is very foldable.
Yeah. But I don't want to talk to you guys about my shoulders or my clavicles. I want to talk to you about my feet because at the Good Feet store, you can get yourself in a pair of arch supports that are going to save your back from numerous pain relief situations to better balance to performance to injury prevention, recovery, whatever you're dealing with, knee pain, hip pain, back pain, foot pain, you got to get out to the Good Feet store. They have this try before they buy policy. Good Feet arch supports are precision fit to your personal needs, your lifestyle, your profession, or your footwear. You could get to one of their 200 locations across the U.S. and overseas. They're 30 plus years in this industry. They'll get your feet right so you feel better every single day at the Good Feet store. Okay, we're rocking and rolling on a Bar Cart Friday. A lot of excitement in studio. A lot of people just walked in. We'll explain the whole thing coming up next. It's Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
It's hour number 3 on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, and Bar Cart Friday has officially begun. We're going to start off here with the Padres, this update being presented by Macy's Backstage. The Padres continue to struggle to get the sweep. They lose to the Guardians yesterday, 8-6 at Petco Park. Next up, it's going to be the Tampa Bay Rays. They're in town for 3 games starting today. If you're looking for a spot to watch the game tonight or a spot to pregame before you head into Petco Park, nowhere better than the Blind Burrow in the Gaslamp. D. Smith Show, John and Jim, they're going to be there from noon to 6 today. Elsewhere in the NL West, D-backs lose again to the Phillies 5-4. Rockies lose to the Braves 8-3. Dodgers take down the White Sox 5-4. Giants had the day off. This U.S. Open update brought to you by the Golf Mart, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Ricky Fowler, San Diego State alum Xander Schauffele, they're on top at 8 under par. Day 2 getting going right now. Over in Omaha, the College World Series gets underway today. Game 1 going to be Oral Roberts and TCU at 11 o'clock. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? Here's a hint. Great Father's Day gifts for $20 and under, like classic polos, girl accessories, grooming sets, and more. Perfect for every dad. Find the latest trends and new arrivals at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
Yeah! Woo! Happy Friday to those who celebrate Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, an abbreviated scream because there is a sleeping baby in studio right now.
This is our first baby in studio on a Bar Cart Friday.
That's okay. It kind of feels like The Hangover.
Yeah.
We're going to take that baby everywhere. And we're going to find Doug.
Do we have a harness so we can carry it around? Yeah. Do you have a harness with you? I will wear it and hold the baby. Yeah.
We'll explain why there's a baby in studio in just a few moments.
He likes whiskey.
Yeah, actually, that is whiskey on the gums when they're teething. Not a bad idea. Keep them from crying. Also get them drunk. Anyways, it is Father's Day coming up this weekend. We'd be remiss if we didn't point out the best place to go for a Father's Day gift is over to Keg and Bottle in San Diego right here. So every Bar Cart Friday is brought to you by Keg and Bottle. Tony Conja, the owner, in studio this morning, and we'll make a very special announcement about some of the other guests joining us here today as whiskey is being poured and Frey Ranch is just being spilled in glasses, and we're excited to have Frey Ranch whiskey in studio again.
Listen, the wives came in today.
Yeah.
And it's so organized.
This is
it's unbelievable.
I mean, honestly, I feel so much better about our studio today. It's clean.
Yeah.
There's like a certain level of class that's happened here.
Listen, candles were lit immediately.
Smells way better than normal.
All of a sudden there were drapes up. There's pillows everywhere. There's so many pillows on our bed now.
I had to move 7 pillows just to get back in my chair.
It's unbelievable.
Throw pillows everywhere.
This happened in the span of 4 minutes.
But joining us, and I'll announce this first, very special guest, Whiskey Nomad. You know her, and there's the cork pop from TikTok, from Instagram. Sarah, help me with your last name, though.
It's Jeltema.
Jeltema. Sarah, here, talk right on this microphone.
Jeltema. It's Dutch.
It's Dutch. Okay.
Yeah, you know, if you ain't Dutch, you ain't much.
Yeah, there you go. I'm my last name's Ornberger, which is mispronounced horribly by everyone. There's a silent H in there, those sneaky Germans. But it's really nice to meet your acquaintance. We've all followed you on TikTok, on Instagram, and I suggest that everybody follow our friend here because this is absolutely awesome. Whiskey Nomad is the name you go by. How did you get into drinking whiskey, and why did you start your account?
Well, I actually got drunk on tequila. Yes. And I couldn't even be in the same room as it anymore. So I thought, what do I want to do? What do I want to drink now? I switched to whiskey because you can go to a bar, drink a whiskey neat, hold it in your hand the entire night. Nobody pressures you to drink more when you're drinking whiskey neat.
Yeah.
So at the time, not a lot of women drank whiskey neat. So bartenders kept, you're drinking this neat. Let me tell you like all about it. And I started learning, and then I joined a couple clubs where I was taking photos of the whiskey and exchanging that for free tastings to learn. And then one day I had built up this club's Instagram to a massive following, and the club went out of they just kind of disbanded, and they sold my Instagram for like $10,000. I didn't have any rights to it. And I thought to myself, I should probably just do this for myself, you know?
Yeah.
So I thought, what are the 2 things I love to do? Travel and drink whiskey. So I started Whiskey Nomad.
What the heck? That's what we say too.
Yeah.
You can sell Instagrams?
I don't
Yeah.
know. We're learning so
Well, yeah.
much so fast.
How much can we get for our Instagram? I would sell our Instagram every day.
Yeah. What we want to do is now just go and travel and drink whiskey with Sarah.
Yeah.
Why are we here?
Yeah.
This is
We've
ridiculous.
done this all wrong.
No, that's an amazing story. And it's an amazing talent you have, because I've learned so much from your channel already. Like, we've done Bar Car Friday for months now, and we've built this awesome experience tasting different whiskeys and tequilas and gin and vodka and other spirits. Like, it's just been such an education. But you specifically focusing in on whiskey and what separates a good whiskey from a bad whiskey, or a great whiskey from a good whiskey, is really important in some ways, because you walk into a grocery store now, store here in California, and there's thousands of bottles to choose from. So what is to you, what makes a great whiskey?
That is the question, right?
Yeah.
Because there's so much that goes into a brand, a product. And you have to ask yourself, what is quality? And when you ask yourself what is quality on any product, that's a multi-level answer. But I would say foundationally, quality ingredients from the beginning make a good whiskey. And anybody who shortchange the process in any way to try to make money is not going to make a good whiskey. So if they're doing the process right, if they're using quality ingredients, if they have, a good vision behind it, a good story, then that's going to be a good product.
Well, and that's the perfect segue to our friends at Frey Ranch, who are joining us in studio right now.
Yeah.
This is a big day for all of us, because we have place cards in front of us with an array of glasses. We have a tasting ahead of us. This is all extremely exciting.
Also,
oh my goodness, we have a
what
is
is this? A dropper.
It's a dropper.
There's also a Bar Cart Friday first here.
We have an eyedropper.
Oh, that yes, but okay. Also, there's water in studio. They just passed out bottles of water. I've never seen this before. Yeah. Wait, Adriana, you were going to bring snacks?
Yes.
Like orange slices, or what kind of snacks?
Oh my gosh.
Some crackers and cheese.
Oh, good Lord. Dominic, why'd you stop her?
What are you thinking?
What are you doing, Dom?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Adriana Giamacarena joining us this morning. We still have no idea how to pronounce that last name. And I don't think we have. So could you clear this up for us? Could you say it for us?
Sure. So it's Gia.
Gia.
Ma. Ri.
Ari.
Gia Marinaro.
Gia Marinaro.
Or with an English accent, it could be Gia Marinaro.
I was
Gia Marinaro.
It was actually easier before I knew how you said it.
Take the gun, leave the cannoli.
Dominic, who was born with it, says Giminaro.
Okay.
But the correct way in
It's
Italy is Gia
Macarena.
Gia Dambarino.
Yeah.
It happened. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Flows out. Comes out here.
So Adriana.
Yeah.
Frey Ranch is here because not just for your health. This has been this is a culmination of events that have taken place over weeks. Huge contest, the Farm to Glass cocktail contest around San Diego. Could you explain that a little bit and what's gone on here?
Sure. So Farm to Glass was created to celebrate Frey Ranch's cultivation of their corn, because first and foremost, they are farmers and distillers. So every year they celebrate when they plant their corn, which goes into the whiskey, and then they celebrate again at harvest. So I think in May there was a competition. There were 6 different restaurants in San Diego that participated, and their challenge was to create a farm to glass cocktail using really as fresh of ingredients, to get creative. And we had an incredible competition. And I was very lucky to get Sarah to be the judge. And Sarah is the most knowledgeable person that I know in San Diego. So I knew that she would be perfect and she'd be up for it. And she was, okay, it's on. So she had about 10 days to go to all 6 of the restaurants. So we had Aero Club, the U.S. Grant.
Nice. Yeah. Wow. Been there many times.
The Fishery.
Yeah. Oh, I lived down the block from there in PB.
The Fishery. We had Fernside in South Park.
Right on.
and we had
One Door
Sarah?
North.
Well, oh, of course.
One Door North and Smoking Goat.
Oh wow!
Wow, look at
my
this.
gosh!
What
So you
the
guys
heck?
hit some of like the best craft cocktail spots. Like, I mean, you really kind of laid down the gauntlet here and trying to find the best cocktail in San Diego, farm to glass. And I'm assuming it's got to be whiskey based. Is that
Oh,
part
it
of?
has to. It
Okay.
has to have Frey.
Okay,
Yep,
got
so
it. Got it.
It has to include Frey Ranch. Bourbon is the workhorse
All right.
of the expressions. So it's very exciting because we have the winner here who is making the winning cocktail, and I'll let Sarah kind of talk about that. But the person that you're seeing right now is the winner, and that was a big ordeal. And he is creating the winning cocktail. So this is
Oh,
so
wow.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
We don't want to delay this any further because frankly we're thirsty.
Yeah.
And not for water, Adriana.
Who
It
brought
is-
in these waters?
yeah. No, this is really exciting. And again, you're here, Sarah. Again, Whiskey Nomad on TikTok and Instagram. To lead the way on announcing the winner of the Farm to Glass cocktail competition. You've tasted all these cocktails. You put in a lot of thought to this. Now, did you take notes? Like,
Yes.
is that like
Oh,
you had like
absolutely.
a notepad? You like sat down and
I mean, I have an iPhone. Yeah.
okay, well, all right. Pen and paper works too, but yeah, sure.
I had a set of criteria that was standardized for everybody. And then I went through and I made a checklist of what they met at what rating scale. And then I calculated an average out. I was very methodical about it. I wanted to be fair. 'Cause, you know,
I'm sorry to laugh. Like you are so much more organized than me.
I know, right?
I'd be like,
In every aspect.
I don't know. I mean, one had oranges, I think.
Well, it's Norm from
Well-
Cheers. You drink the beer and say it's good.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It would be everyone you taste to be like, I like that one better.
You know, it turns out everybody won. We had 6 winners. It was a close race, but it was great. So that's awesome. So you went through this painstaking process. You had a criteria, you had a list, you obviously have the knowledge, you have the know-how, and the Frey Ranch Farm to Cocktail winner, or I should say Farm to Glass cocktail winner, is we should get a drum roll. We should get a drum roll.
Here we go.
it's called The Little Rascal at the Fishery.
Yeah.
Right on.
All right.
Hi guys, welcome. Before I get into what's in the
Eddie,
cocktail,
by the way, everyone, Eddie's been here in studio. There's been a sheet over him. We
Yeah.
couldn't see it. And then they
His
just
wife
pulled it
Morgan
off, unveiled. Yeah.
Pulled the
I
sheet
literally
off
just
of his
walked
head.
right in. It's fine. Right on, guys. So yeah, the name Little Rascal with the drink in it as well. The inspiration behind it is we had an opportunity to go to Frey Ranch last year. Myself and another bartender, we were able to meet the owners, the farmers, see the property, really take it all in. And even though the fires were pretty bad up there, we had great opportunity to meet the whole staff there, which was incredible. So what I took out from there is they're farmers first. It's kind of the whole idea. 160 years of farming before that, and their main crop is alfalfa. So I told myself we have to use alfalfa, and kind of approached the bar team with that idea, and they all looked at me like I was a complete psychopath. They're like, "Why alfalfa?" And I explained why, and then they said, "No, why alfalfa? It's really tough. It's not a tuna sandwich, So but we had a lot of fun using this flavor, and the drink itself is very simple. It's just 4 ingredients, which I really enjoy, like those flavors to pronounce and kind of pop up. So in the drink, we have Frey Ranch bourbon. We have a corn liqueur from Mexico.
Oh, wow.
Fresh lemon juice, and then an alfalfa cordial we made.
This is going to be a really stupid question, Eddie.
Mhm.
Incoming. Does a corn liqueur taste like corn?
It does. Well, not all corn liqueurs. Some of them will taste just like sugar.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah,
this
that
one,
makes sense.
they're using a very ancestral corn where they harvest it, and it's actually sustains the whole village where it's from. So the company itself, they've saved this species of corn from extinction, which is a whole nother topic you get into. Just corn is insane. So
it's like T-Rex corn.
Yeah.
This is the best thing I've ever heard
So
in my
in the
life.
midst of all that with the alfalfa, in between farming, they can't plant the same crop. So
Yeah.
they said, we did corn, we did, all these different grains. And then, after it took 160 years, when the owner was finally like, okay, how about we make whiskey with it? We have all these great stuff, let's do it. So for me, I was like, I have to have corn, I have to have alfalfa, and it's got to be bright, refreshing, crushable,
I I have another question.
Yes.
Where did you find bottles from 1885? It's like, what are we talking about? Those are awesome. They look like they're hand-blown bottles there.
Yeah, you've done well here.
You're
This
right.
looks like an apothecary
Well,
lab
one thing I've
over
noticed
here.
since walking in here, I've been here for the past, hour or so, there's a lot of hand blown things here. So it's okay. You guys aren't shy from those things. But yeah, it's we brought those from home.
That's
you guys
awesome.
deserve the best.
No, it's this amazing setup. And Sarah, okay, so obviously you tasted 5 other cocktails to get to the farm to glass winner of the cocktail contest. Why Eddie's? Why the was it the Little Rascal?
Little Rascal.
Little Rascal from the fishery. Why did the Little Rascal win this contest?
Well, I had a couple, obviously, sets of criteria, and one of them was the ground to glass Frey Ranch, like homage back to the farmers.
Yeah.
And if you've ever studied the brand Frey Ranch or talked to Colby Frey, he is a farmer through and through. And so this is really, really important to their whiskey. It's what makes the whiskey so good. And Eddie did such an amazing job incorporating not only the flavor of alfalfa, but basically giving it back to that farming community. And alfalfa it's more than just like harvested on their lot. It's what makes Frey Ranch able to be sustainable as a farm.
Yeah.
They have been a farm since like 1854 or something like that. And they grow
Gracious.
alfalfa in the high desert. So that makes it incredibly nutrient dense. And because of their hot days and their cold nights, they have a higher TDN or total nutrient density. And that makes them allowed to export alfalfa to China, to Taiwan, to Japan, and it's a highly sought out commodity because their alfalfa is really wet. So
that's actually the same thing with Travis. He's so nutrient dense because of the hot days and the cold nights. I've always said that about Travis.
And it's something that it's been bred through me in my family lineage.
Just look at that neck.
It's a lot of neck.
You don't get a neck like that without some hot days and some cold nights.
That's right.
Good Lord, he's well fed.
Yeah, well fed. A lot of oats. A lot of oats. We point out
Tons of alfalfa.
A very special day as well because Tony Kanja, Kagan Bottle, his better half is here. Lydia.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Much better half.
Much better half. The brains of the operation. We have these placemats here with tastings ready to go. We're all waiting to taste. Not Lydia. Lydia, you dove right in here.
Yeah,
you could wait. She's like, this show's very stupid. I need to be drunk to deal with these morons.
I love Frey. So
yeah. Are you a whiskey drinker?
Oh yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
How did you get into whiskey? Because I feel like it's something like, look, I mean, guys, it's always like, oh yeah, I'm bourbon. I mean, it just sort of feels like it's a rite of passage. At some point, you got to either go down the Scotch or the bourbon route.
Yes.
But as a lady, how did you get into drinking whiskey?
I couldn't drink wine anymore. So wine was off limits.
Yeah.
So I started drinking bourbon and whiskey. Tony's like, why don't we just try this one night? So we would try different things and see how I felt. And bourbon and whiskey were great.
It works.
It
If
works.
you try being married to Tony, you're gonna need a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I can't live a life without, drinking.
Yeah. Drinking wine, and I realized, I still got to turn the dial up a little bit more because Tony, whiskey.
Yeah, we have a crazy life. Like 3 kids.
Oh, I know.
Businesses. So I had to have another thing that I can enjoy, and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
And actually, a funny story. We were at a restaurant last weekend, and I ordered. I can't remember what I ordered, and Frey Ranch. It was Frey Ranch rye, and the guy brought it over and hands it to my son, who's 17.
Wow. Because he was like,
go,
there's no way this is for her.
And because it was just my son, my daughter, and I, and he hands it to my son, and I'm like, excuse me, no, it's for me. And he's like, oh, okay, because it was neat. Because I drink everything pretty much neat. I don't like additives and like alcohol.
So usually you're like, no water, no ice. Just pour the
Or
whiskey
a
from the
bourbon
bottle
and a
into
whiskey,
a glass.
never. Yeah. Sometimes I do a big cube.
Okay, yeah.
But
slow melt, like kind of
it
mellow out.
depends on what I'm drinking.
Yeah.
But most of the time, if it's good, and I don't like to water it down.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I will say this. I am so excited because Frey Ranch, we've had you guys in the studio before, and this whiskey is phenomenal. I mean, it tastes good in anything I've made it with. I ordered a bottle from keganbottle.com, which anybody listening, go to Keg and Bottle or go to keganbottle.com. If you haven't gotten your dad a Father's Day present yet, Frey Ranch whiskey is a good place to start.
Yeah,
And our guy Tony's hooking you up with a discount, $10 off Frey Ranch products
Yeah,
at Keg and Bottle.
And Adriana's going to be there tonight tasting Frey Ranch. So you guys can stop in 6380 Del Cerro Boulevard at
Wow.
KMB.
Wait, what time?
It's from 4 to 7. And she will be there. And we are going to be honoring the $10 off all weekend. And you can come in, try it, and buy it as a gift or buy it for yourself. And you never know. You might be a bourbon and whiskey drinker and never knew it.
Are you and Tony going to be hanging out as well?
I will. I'm always there on Friday. Yes, I will be there. I don't know about Tony, but I will.
Yeah, we're putting him to bed.
Yeah.
And we're doing the whiskey tasting.
Now, when you jumped in on your pre-tasting here, you picked up the rye. What is it
Yes.
about the rye that you like?
It's actually I don't like too many ryes, but Frey Ranch rye is one of my favorites.
Yeah, I've got one of each. I got the bourbon at home. I got
Yeah.
the rye at home.
The rye,
I love
their
them both.
rye. It's really good.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'm more of a Norm where I just say I like it. I don't.
Yeah, I'm not the one going, listen, I'm really tasting the alfalfa.
I do that
But-
as well, but I'll know from just my nose that if I'm gonna like it or not.
Yeah.
And if you're starting out on whiskey or bourbon, you should try a little bit of everything, and then you can narrow down what you like.
I am so excited right now because we are now not only staring at 4 glasses of delicious whiskey, but also the Little Rascal has made its way onto my tabletop over here next to the microphone.
We also got a little square of burlap.
Yeah,
that is,
dude, this is
that,
a
I mean,
gorgeous presentation.
Yeah, what? And we are next level here.
You know, it's all about just timeless classics, and that's what we
No
wanna get.
kidding, no kidding. Now there's a orange peel on top.
Correct.
Do I want to leave that right there and sip
put it
around?
right in, whatever you
Just
like.
put it right in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
we're tasting these right now, right?
Do you mind if I express my peel?
It's already done.
Oh, look at you! This guy's a real
Wow,
pro.
he's,
Okay, I'm gonna dunk it in there.
Yeah, I got her dunked.
Okay, and
All
I mean, cheers,
Hey, yeah,
Sarah,
cheers.
the whiskey
Salud.
nomad.
Yep, yep.
Thank you for coming in,
You ain't
Adriana,
Dutch, you ain't
Lydia,
much.
Eddie. Congratulations
Yeah,
on the big
congrats.
win.
Thank you. I
Congrats.
appreciate it so
Let's
much.
try the Little Rascal from the fishery here. I'm Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Oh no way!
Holy smokes! Holy
Okay.
smokes! This should win an award.
You know what, math?
It's
It's so unique. I am an amateur, and again, self-proclaimed idiot. That tastes like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich to me.
It's so funny you said that. So I had some guests in the other day, and they're kind of like whiskey people, and brought the drink over, and everyone knows Frey, and they're like, we gotta try it, you know. So, and they're sipping it, and they're looking at me, and they're like, I'm not trying to be rude, but peanut butter. And I started laughing. I was like, you know what? You take whatever you want from it. I wanted something refreshing, crushable cocktail. Go back. I pour myself just the whiskey. I make the cocktail and I sip it. And I was like, dang,
dude,
they're not lying.
You
It's
created
peanut butter.
an orange marmalade uncrustable in a glass.
No doubt.
This is
Can we trademark that?
it is a crushable cocktail. I want 7 of these. Eddie.
Absolutely,
This
brother.
is one of the most incredible things I've ever drank.
Do they make a 32-ounce cube?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could we
Yeah.
get
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Could you bottle this in like a giant Gatorade
So
bottle?
you come to the fishery anytime, I'll make you pint size. of it.
Kim and
Buddy,
Cass
I'll
are
take you
here.
up on it.
You're down the street, right?
Yeah. I live over on I live near the bay. Yeah. So we
Oh,
walk
okay.
up Cass Street all the time, and we go and visit you. This is
I'm
amazing.
through, man. It's been there for 25 years now.
Yeah, the fishery is amazing.
Eddie, don't hate me, but these 2 women who just walked in here are basically top dog here at the station.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's possible to make up a couple more of these, but they need to try.
Whoa, Cassandra!
What about one to split? One to split.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. We understand.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Well, listen,
Oh, wow.
I'm her favorite.
And that's why they're top dogs here. You know, that's why they're
Wow. Yeah, exactly.
clear-headed.
Well, we lit a candle. Actually, we did nothing.
Yeah, we didn't do anything.
Actually,
Right.
Lydia and Adriana and Sarah did everything.
Look, we have water today, guys.
Water, candles,
Yeah. Incredible.
This is a real setup. So,
burlap.
Sarah, this is delicious. Whiskey Nomad again joining us in studio. Check her out on IG and on TikTok. So this drink wins it, and for obvious reasons, it's delicious. But what specifically, like, I mean, what hit you first when you sipped it?
I think the alfalfa note, and then the fact that they were able to use alfalfa and then keep the cocktail balanced and delicious that takes a talent that not a lot of bartenders can pull off.
Unreal. Unreal. Well said. I noticed the alfalfa myself.
Yeah.
And I also agree. It's difficult to balance.
Yeah.
It's a balancing act. Okay. This is absolutely crazy. We have so much more coming up next. We have to taste all these fine Frey Ranch whiskeys that are set out on our placemats in front of us. But before we go, we do have to pay homage to a very special new steakhouse in San Diego, the Remy. I mean, this place is great. We got treated to a King's Feast yesterday.
Oh my gosh, it was absolutely incredible out in Mission Valley. Frank out there literally hooked us up with pretty much everything on the menu, and there was nothing that went wrong there. But a fine dining experience, offers incredible menu featuring premium American Wagyu meat cuts, seafood, crafted cocktails, both new and old world wines, contemporary American classics with a Western grit and a modern twist.
And I love the way Rich describes this, but I'll try to do my best shot. The grass-fed American Wagyu, it's from Whitefish, Montana. They take New Jersey American cows mixed with the Wagyu beef from Japan.
Well, yeah, the bulls from Japan.
Yeah.
Right? And they put them together in that special little intimate environment in Montana.
And it all goes down in Whitefish, Montana.
Oh,
The ranch, family owned, operated by fifth-generation ranchers, raising the very best of American Wagyu.
And if you go into the Remy, you'll see pictures up on the wall of them in Whitefish, Montana.
Yeah, Frank and
hanging
his
out.
son Kinsley, all at Whitefish.
Oh, and when it comes to cocktails, speaking of cocktails, all day long on the Bar Car Friday here, the Remy takes craftsman approach. They offer strong drinks, fresh quality ingredients, signature creations.
Yeah.
And you said that wine list. We actually partook in a little red wine last night.
We did. And listen, I'm not normally a wine guy, but when that bottle popped open, I got to say it was pretty good. An extensive wine list there, vintage bottles, providing something for everyone and every occasion.
Uniquely decorated. It's a hideaway with Western flair. We're talking plush leather seating as we knock over glasses, dark wood accents. It pays homage to the last frontier, perfect for an intimate evening. Or how about Father's Day? Bring your dad out to the Remy tonight. Bring your friends, bring your family. Go for lunch, go for dinner, private dining. Bring everyone you know. Book your reservation at theremysd.com. And coming up next, oh boy.
Yeah, buddy.
Frey Ranch Whiskey is in studio. Keg and Bottle is in studio. Tony Kanja, Lydia Kanja, Adriana, Gia. Say the last name again. You do it so well.
Gia Marinaro.
Gia Marinaro.
Dang, that's so good.
The Whiskey Nomad. We come back to Big Rich, TD, and Fletch with much more whiskey next.
Much, much more from Frey Ranch and Bar Cart Friday, presented by Keg and Bottle. Coming up next. This update is presented by Macy's Backstage. Padres continue to struggle to get the sweep. They lose to the Guardians yesterday, 8-6 at Petco Park. Do win the series 2-1. Next up, it's the Tampa Bay Rays in town for 3 games starting today. If you're looking for a spot to go watch the game today, join Darren Smith's show, John and Jim. They will be at the Blind Burrow in the Gas Lamp from noon to 6. Elsewhere in the NL West, D-backs lose again to the Phillies 5-4. Rockies lose to the Braves 8-3. Dodgers beat the White Sox 5-4. Giants had the day off. The U.S. Open update brought to you by the Golf Mart, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop now at worldwidegolfshops.com. Pulling up the leaderboard right now to see updates from this morning. Looks like we got Xander Schauffele and Ricky Fowler still in the lead. Will Clark actually making a run this morning. He's all the way to 7 under par. Dustin Johnson, DJ at 6 under par through 1. He birdies the first. This U.S. Open Championship update brought to you by the Golf Mart. And over in Omaha, the College World Series gets underway today. Game 1 going to be Oral Roberts and TCU at 11 a.m. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? Here's a hint. Great Father's Day gifts for $20 and under, like classic polos, grill accessories, grooming sets, and more. Perfect gifts for every dad. Find the latest trends and arrivals at Macy's Backstage stores near you.
Thank God it's Friday! It's been a long week and the fellas are thirsty.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
It's time to cruise into the weekend. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch present Bar Cart Friday. Brought to you by Keg and Bottle.
On the bang on the drum all day. That's right. It is a Bar Cart Friday here at San Diego Sports 760. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Frey Ranch in studio today on a Bar Cart Friday and a whole host of others. We got a party going on.
Yeah, this is a party. We got
There's
candles
a
lit.
baby in here.
We got a baby in here
in studio.
Yeah, which, by the way, we haven't even talked about this, but Morgan, Eddie's wife, Eddie from the fishery, who just won the Farm to Glass cocktail competition put on by Frey Ranch.
Yeah.
Congrats to Eddie. Just had Eddie the Fourth with his beautiful wife Morgan, who joins us in studio. Morgan, you're a superhero. I have no idea how you're here right now, 2 months later. But this is awesome. This is our first baby. This is one.
Yeah. I feel like it's our baby
It's
now.
our show baby.
Wow, this
Can
is
we
great.
name him
We have a show
Carlos?
baby.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Carlos. It's
Yeah,
Carlos the baby.
We're gonna throw.
It's a weekly segment from now on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll bring the baby in. We'll find something.
Perfect.
We'll find something. A tiny little microphone.
Yeah.
And just a little bit of bourbon. Just a
We'll
little
start
bit.
teething soon, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That'll
Without a doubt.
help.
Just chew on the cork.
Oh yeah,
Put
yeah.
you to sleep real quick.
Yeah. That
Is
works.
that what you do?
That
Yeah,
works.
that's a first-hand experience moment right there.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's how Kendall gets Ben to sleep every night. His wife.
Chew on this
because
cork.
he's a real handful. He cries a lot. poops his pants. Anyways, guys, let's move on.
Sorry.
What?
No, I don't think I can say it.
No, you
I don't know
can't.
if I can say it.
You can say anything you want.
I don't know if I can say it.
It's just radio.
Is the dump button ready? I don't know if it's okay.
You're gonna talk about me pooping my pants?
No, I was gonna ask if you were a cork sucker.
It is Friday.
It's borderline.
Yeah, it was more. We danced on it.
No one cuss for the next 10 minutes, all right?
Wait, did you dump
Yeah,
it?
YouTube got to enjoy it.
Dump that?
It's close.
I mean, all right, we're walking the line.
Intent is like 97% of it, right?
There's a baby in here, and I just said those words.
It's gonna be fine. Everybody relax because Adriana's gonna class up the whole
That's right.
time
That's
right
right.
now.
Yeah. Adriana, can you give us your last name one more time?
Yeah, please.
Gia Marinado.
Marinado.
I feel like we
Just
need some
like
mozzarella sticks to go
angels
with it.
just sung.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, somebody get the caprese. Son of a bee sting. That is okay.
That's right. That's right.
Let's not get distracted. We have so much whiskey in front of us.
It is very nicely laid out. And there was a spill today. I mean, not really Brian Long there, but there was a spill today, and it wasn't me.
Okay,
It's pretty good.
So who you ratting out then?
Nobody. I'm not ratting out anybody. I'm just saying it wasn't me.
Because you know what
I
happens
spilled
to a
yesterday.
rat? Rats get taken care of by
That's right.
Giamanados. You understand?
Go.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
it was real good.
Take the gun, hide the cannoli. Look,
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I
Please keep that accent.
I keep getting distracted by the beauty of that Frey Ranch bottle and thinking that is a great gift for Dad.
Yeah. Go to Keg and Bottle, get yourself a Frey Ranch whiskey, $10 off every bottle throughout the weekend. Lydia and Tony, they are hooking up everybody, all of our listeners. Go over to Keg and Bottle, 10 locations. But Adriana, walk us through here. What exactly are we going to do? What exactly are we tasting?
Sure. So we're going to go through an expression, through a tasting of all their expressions. When I do this, or when anybody does this, we always go with the lowest proof first. So we're going to build up to it. We're going to start with the bourbon. The bourbon is the workhorse of the brand. One of the things that they're the most proud of is their mash bill. It's a 4-grain mash bill, which is about 66% non-GMO corn. Everything, again, they grow themselves.
Oh my gosh.
That's what's so cool. They really are. This is what makes it so unique. So you've got about 66% corn. You've got about 10% rye, 12% two-row barley malted on site, and 10% wheat. So that's something that's actually on the bottle. When you're so proud of your mash bill that you put it on the bottle, that's very unique. So what you're going to taste here is a very obviously grain forward, right? It's all about the grains here. This guy's coming in at 90 proof. So this is where we're going to start, boys.
Okay.
This is the reason why I brought some of the water, because we're going to end up at 128.
All right. Well,
All right,
I think
yourself.
I can handle it, but we'll see.
Adriana literally in the break, she was like, "You guys," or that was Lydia. "You guys never have water in here?"
Actually, we were talking about this yesterday. There was like a good long stretch where I was like, I don't think I've drank water in like 2 months.
Yeah.
All
Easily.
right, let's
Here we go.
Hell of a nose.
It does.
Wow, yeah.
It does have a beautiful nose.
Okay, so I just saw, Sarah, Whiskey Nomad, you just took a sip of water before you tasted the bourbon.
Are we supposed to do
Okay,
that?
yeah, are we missing something?
yeah,
I want to
hang
do
on.
it like the expert does.
Yeah,
Hang
yeah,
on.
yeah,
Pass
yeah.
me one of those. Don't hog it all. Hang on a
Don't
second.
bogart that water, my friend.
So I just want to make sure that my palate is as clear as possible from the cocktail. And then what I'm going to do is take the tiniest sip possible. And I'm going to
Okay.
coat my entire mouth, my teeth, my gums, the back of my throat, everything. And then that's going to acclimate my palate to ethanol so it doesn't shock the palate on the first sip. Then the second sip is where you're going to get those amazing Frey Ranch
So wait, how do
flavors.
you do
Wow.
that?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
How do you?
So take a tiny sip,
Okay,
Yeah.
tiny sip.
and then you're going to chew it around your mouth, coat the top of your gums, the bottom, the teeth, get every part of your mouth. Yeah, there you
You
go.
should
Tilt
have
your head.
I have a really big mouth. Hang on. I need a little bit more.
You got to shake.
I'm acclimating to ethanol.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ethanol
Yeah.
acclimated.
Now, when you
Engaged.
when you go in for your first taste, Sarah, what's your first taste? What are you looking for?
So if it's a bourbon, which this is, the first thing that you're probably going to note is the sweetness of the corn. So once you recognize the corn, then you're going to start to try to recognize the other 3 grains in there. The wheat, which is going to add mouthfeel, the rye, which is going to add spice.
Wow. Okay, so the corn's the flavor. the wheat is the mouthfeel. What in the?
So they're all going to contribute flavor.
Oh, okay.
But these are specialty like things that those grains kind of do, and that's what makes the 4-grain bourbon so good. Because it's not just corn with a little bit of rye spice. It's corn with the wheat with the rye, and then that barley for those enzymes and that malt flavor.
That's
This is so
the
good.
mash bill that you were
mash
talking
bill.
about, Adriana, right?
Yep,
Okay, all right,
Yep.
all right. Here we go. I'm gonna.
It is damn tasty.
Oh, was I not supposed to taste already?
I don't know.
I was already jumping in.
There's no rules.
Yeah, me and Lydia are getting down on the. Oh wow!
Yeah. So one of the unique things about Frey Ranch is that because they
God, that's
grow
good.
their own grains and because they focus on alfalfa, their corn has a lot of flavor, a lot more than some other bourbons. They're not just getting regular commodity corn; they're growing their own, and so it's going to have way more diversity on your palate than a lot of other bourbons.
Well, thank you for this explanation, because this bourbon is. I don't know if it was just a ethanol acclimation. Is that
Yeah,
what it's
so
called?
ethanol doesn't have any flavor.
Yeah.
But
It's just
the
a
brain
burn.
interprets it as a burn.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
you know, a lot of times when you drink high proof alcohol, if you you shock your palate by putting it into your mouth too fast, and then your brain says, "Ow, I'm burning. This is too hot. I don't like it. It's pain."
Ejector
it interprets
button.
it interprets it as pain.
Ejector seat.
So when you acclimate your palate by taking that tiny sip, you're basically introducing ethanol into your
Palate.
your palate, and then saying like, "Oh, it's safe. It's okay." Like now when you take that second sip, your brain is not going to interpret that as shock.
And if you would like to go through all these steps,
personally like using the
No, go ahead.
the water, you know, and I've you know, I've had so many people that have taught me this, and as we get higher on the proof, when you introduce just a little drop of water or a couple of drops of water, what that does is it takes away that kind of shock.
Yeah.
And it allows you to really see the taste and smell, but really taste the characteristics of what's in the glass.
We have 3 more of these to
Yes.
taste. So
And
we gotta move along a little bit.
if you want to do this, you can do this exact same thing tonight at K&B Bistro in Del Cerro. 3 to 6 o'clock is the time. They're doing Adriana's Frey Ranch tasting at K&B Bistro this evening. 3 to 6 Father's Day promotion.
I love it.
It's 4 to 7.
It's 4 to
Dom
7.
just said 3 to 6.
Oh,
I don't know. I trust.
Tony's throwing up a 3. You know what I would do? I'd get there at 2:30.
Don't
I'd
ever
get there at
listen to
2:30.
Tony.
Yeah.
But if you get there early and I'm there, I will give you a taste. But Adriana will be there 4 to 7.
Screw you, Dom.
Yeah.
Dom, how could you?
Get the hell out of
You
here.
ruined us.
Yeah.
Dominic Giamacarena.
Yeah.
The show is over. We cancel the rest of the program.
Can we move?
Yes,
we move along to the rye
Oh,
here?
yeah, sorry.
Okay,
Yeah, I get distracted every
We're
time.
going to move on because then we still have a dealer's choice.
Yeah, we gotta
Eddie,
get to the dealer's
so
choice.
after
Oh my
this,
gosh,
you'll
yeah.
be able to get the dealer's
We gotta taste fast
Okay,
here.
we're gonna taste fast. All right, rye.
Rye.
When it comes down to the rye, this is what's really unique. Please go ahead and taste it. as
Oh,
well.
yeah, sure.
So the rye is 100% rye, and it's actually a winter rye, which is a different crop. It's
Oh, wow.
in the winter.
Wow.
The thing that's really interesting about this
So
is
good.
it's one of the very few 100% winter ryes. This one is bottled in bond. Does anybody know what bottled in bond means? Raise your hand.
I believe it's insured.
You know what,
would say
Adriana?
it's
I do know
put
what
in
it
the
means,
bottle.
but explain it to the other guys.
it's
It will mature
Yeah.
with the U.S. Treasury.
Yeah, you got it. It's a very old, and Eddie, maybe you can.
Wooden ship.
Sarah or Eddie can actually speak a little bit better on this, but I believe it's an old law that says that it has to be made. There's people that are. It's a government. Eddie, can you explain?
So-
bottled and bond
Yeah,
better than me?
Eddie's drinking right now. Eddie's,
Bottled and bond is really
literally
cool.
bottoms up. Yeah.
Bottled and bond. Does that mean that there's guns?
I feel like it used to be in that
Yeah.
case, but it is protected by the government and everything. So essentially, everything said is
Yeah,
correct.
it has.
So
to be protected
it's
by-
in a bonded warehouse, which means back in the day, they were making whiskey and people were creating, basically they were mass producing moonshine, and then they were filling it with like all sorts of really terrible ingredients to give it a darker color, and then saying that it was a high quality dark aged whiskey. So the government created the Bottled and Bond Act to lock the warehouse and then have the government monitor the process of making sure that this whiskey is over 4 years old, that it's at least 100 proof, it's not cut with any toxic ingredients, that it's made by one single distiller in one single season.
Look at that.
And
look at
really
that.
fun fact is that they regulated whiskey and alcohol with the Bottle and Bond Act like 9 years before the FDA ever regulated food.
How about
So
that?
we know what our priorities are in the United States.
We have about 90 seconds
And
here.
boys, the next
to
one's
get through.
123 proof.
The last one just adds 100 proof. We have farm strength in our hand. This one's 123.34 proof.
Wow.
Okay, it's getting up there.
Ethanol coating.
Yeah.
Here, talk right on that
talk right in the
microphone.
mic.
So this is pretty cool. So the farm strength is really the bourbon that you tasted uncut, meaning no water.
Holy smokes.
It's going to be in the barrel an extra year and a half. So it's really the progression of the bourbon.
Wow.
And it's called, most people will call it cask strength, but I love how Frey Ranch calls it farm strength.
That's cool.
And it's an uncut version.
That's
of
cool.
Bourbon.
Very cool.
Yes.
The last one here is the Kagan Bottle single barrel. A little bit higher proof now, 128.64.
We're climbing.
Yeah.
This is Lydia's pick.
Oh,
at
this
the
is
Women
Lydia's
in
pick.
Whiskey chapter.
Women and whiskey barrel pick that when I went up there, I think it was about a year ago.
Yeah.
So we had a tasting and we had to pick which one was the favorite of the group, and then they bottled it. So
Nice.
It was,
Come
women
on.
from all over the industry, and we tasted. I think it was five picks, 5 different barrels, and then they picked this barrel and they bottled it, and it's called Women in Whiskey.
This is shockingly smooth.
Yes, it is.
We're gonna keep a little bit of taster so we can go back and revisit all these.
Right.
So we got the bourbon, the rye, the farm strength, the Kagan Bottle single barrel, the Women in Whiskey selection. We have a dealer's choice cocktail on the other side. This is the best day of my life.
It is, yeah.
Best day of my
I
life.
thought we peaked yesterday, and here we are today with Frey Ranch and Kagan Bottle in studio. We're coming back with more next. Big Rich, Sheedy, and Fletch.
It is a Bar Car Friday here in studio. We have Kagan Bottle sponsoring the whole thing. Eddie from the Fishery just won the Farm to Glass cocktail contest put on by Frey Ranch. We have the Whiskey Nomad here. Dealer's Choice cocktail coming up next.
It's been a long week and the fellas are thirsty.
Once it hits your lips, so good.
It's time to cruise into the weekend. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch present Bar Card Friday. Brought to you by Keg and Bottle.
We just got an invite. Apparently we haven't ruined any relationships, even though we are getting drunk on whiskey this morning. We're going to Frey Ranch, guys.
Yeah,
we're going to the distillery. Yeah, out in Nevada.
All of us?
Yeah, buddy. We're going to go see how this is done.
Don't tell Brian Long.
Don't tell our
It's
program
okay.
director.
He's
Brian
off
Long.
this week.
He's off.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
He's not listening.
Yeah.
There's no way he's listening.
No way. Absolutely not.
So we're going to get to do that. And we're also going to get to enjoy our very next cocktail here. It's Dealer's Choice Day.
Even if there is a hotel, can we still camp?
We can camp.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah. You're definitely sleeping outside.
Definitely.
Good.
When they asked us pool or
Wait a
pond
minute.
for Ben, we said pond. We said pond. Yeah, it's probably
Like a
suiting
little
you.
floaty. Look at what's getting passed down here.
So Eddie from the fishery, who just won
Sir.
the Farm to Glass cocktail competition put on by Frey Ranch, judged by our very own Whiskey Nomad over here. You can follow her on IG and TikTok. Amazing follow. Saw all of her videos last night, and we've been educated all morning long from her and Adriana from Frey Ranch. Eddie, though, you won this contest
Yes, sir.
on the Little Rascal. You just served us up one of your favorites to make. What cocktail are we drinking now?
So this is something that kind of represents summer. With the drink itself, we're using the rye, and then we have a little bit of rhubarb, and then apple cider vermouth. So it's bright citrus. The drink itself is probably leaning towards a little bit on the sweeter side. To counteract that, on top, we took the leftovers from juicing the fresh rhubarb and actually made that into a leather.
Oh,
Now,
So
what
it's
is
it's a salted rhubarb raspberry little leather strip on top. for it.
Rhubarb is a berry.
Okay, it's not the thing that goes in
And-
concrete.
No? What the hell
That's
is rhubarb?
rhubarb.
Oh, that's
Rhubarb.
rebar.
Honestly, it looks like red celery.
Rhubarb pie.
Yeah.
Rhubarb, I'm almost positive, is what they put on top of fences to keep people out of like junkyards.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually,
exactly.
Eddie, what is it?
So it's a vegetable actually. So it's
Oh,
gonna
good.
look, it looks like red celery, but it has no affiliation with it. Really bright, acidic, like fibrous, like ginger. So when we juice it, we have to cut it up to like super small, and then we get to juice it whole, and then it's just the fresh juice. And then we help fortify it with just a little bit of sugar and booze.
Eddie, another Bar Cart Friday first. You have a vegetable here in
Yeah.
the studio.
Eddie,
is
kindly
in-
leave.
Yeah, you are.
Water,
Start to wear
vegetable
out your
candles.
welcome, buddy. How could you? All right, yeah, let's taste this.
Okay, here we go.
Rhubarb. Okay.
Yeah, and then the salted rhubarb raspberry leather. You can definitely enjoy.
Oh,
Now, should we eat the rhubarb?
Yeah, absolutely.
What? Is this
Wait,
what
you-
they make the pie out of?
Yeah,
You're
it's normally like
supposed to-
strawberry because strawberry is sweet, rhubarb's really bitter and like earthy vegetable.
We eat the rhubarb?
Wow,
Yeah,
eat it.
it's all
It's good.
edible. So it's
Buddy.
all, so it kind of goes hand in hand with Frey Ranch, right? They're
There's a damn
sustainable.
fruit roll up
They
on my
reuse
drink.
everything, so there's no waste in this drink at all.
This is that actually is really cool. So you grind up the rhubarb to make the drink, and then you make the leather with a little added sugar. And dude, you can taste the rye, but like you said, it's a sweet summer drink. This is like this. You know what? This is what they should serve at the Kentucky Derby instead of.
Oh, no
well,
doubt.
I figured that we were gonna do 4 different just straight whiskeys. So I was like, let's do something refreshing, light.
Yeah.
Every time you get whiskey, everyone's like, I'll do an old fashioned Manhattan, which is nothing wrong with that, but it's so versatile, especially Frey. It's because of that grain, all those beautiful flavors. It goes well with everything.
You know what I like? It's a little on the back of your tongue. It's almost like you get that bite of the bitterness from the rhubarb. And this is wow. Like I said, it's the best day ever.
Yeah, really it is.
We owe a lot of thanks to our guests here from Frey Ranch because without them, we wouldn't have the show today. Basically, the whiskeys that we got to enjoy, we did the tasting with you, Adriana. That was an incredible adventure across. I don't even think did we try everything that Frey Ranch offers, or are there even more?
Oh, well, we tried all 4 of these.
We have the keg and bottle barrel picks.
Oh
We
wow!
can bring that, but those are also that one's really good.
And there's the one that has the guy from Survivor on the
That's-
bottle.
Yes.
And I'll be taking that later today. So for anybody that wants to come to K&B Bistro to see Lydia and myself, we'll be tasting their private barrel pick. But I think you guys, the workhorse is definitely the bourbon.
Yeah.
You tasted that. And you went through the rye, which is really, honestly, I'm not just saying this, but it's one of the best ryes on the market.
It is the best rye I've ever tasted.
It really is.
Hands down, it is the best rye I've ever tasted.
Yeah, and it really is. It truly is. And then you tasted the uncut, which is not even available yet. It's not even going to be available until like July. So
Wow.
you guys did get to taste that. I think you guys get the gist of it.
Oh yeah,
We get the gist.
we got the. I mean, the fist of it. I mean, it was like a punch to the face.
The gist of it
Especially
is
that-
everything is straight from their farm to the bottle.
Yeah.
Get over to KBB show tonight.
Yes,
4 to
we
7
will
or
be
3
there.
to 6.
4 to 7.
4 to 7.
4 to
Mhm.
7.
Yeah, that is confirmed.
But just go at 3
Locked in.
o'clock to get your hands on a bottle, which Tony is providing $10 off.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. Because it is Father's
And,
Day
and
this
your
weekend.
the dads in your life will not be disappointed.
No.
They will enjoy it, and you might enjoy it as well. So it's a great gift.
That's right.
Sarah, Whiskey Nomad, thank you so much. This
welcome.
was
This is
an
awesome.
incredible visit with you. Eddie, congratulations to
Thank
you.
you.
Congratulations to you, Morgan. We're so excited that our first baby, Eddie the Fourth, made his way in studio.
That's right.
Who else do we thank today? Ben, do we have
Breaking
any other-
news.
What? Breaking news?
Brianna.
Tony just threw some
Adrian.
breaking news into
Oh,
my
whoa,
ear.
whoa, what's happening?
Tony just threw breaking news into
Why
my
does
ear.
he have to get him? Why
Why-
is there always?
KMBB show doing brunch for the first time ever this weekend.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
KMBB
No, not for the
show.
first. We brought it
Brunch.
back. Brunch
They're
is
bringing
back.
brunch back for the first
Brunch
time
is
ever.
back
this
at
week.
KMB.
This
Do
breaking
not
news
ask
is
Tony
spot
for
on.
information.
Breaking news.
Also,
misinformation this
John-
morning.
John Morant's
Fake
suspended
news,
25
fake
games.
news.
Oh wow, that
Yeah,
we'll cover
25.
that Monday.
Yeah.
All right,
25
thank you
games.
everybody in studio. We'll be on TikTok Live
you
right
guys
now
this
at Big
weekend.
Rich TD Fletch.
Thank
That's
you,
right.
Lydia.
Thank you, Lydia.
Thank you.
The